Hey, hi, hello, good evening, welcome to the middle of the week. I hope you're staying like warm and cozy, or nice and cool, right? Depending on where you are. I hope you're comfy, because, man, it's, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's been, crazy, shall we say. First time in a long time, I think I've seen temperatures that are below freezing around here, like, even firing my heater on at full blast is... It's still providing some measure of warmth, but I feel like I still need more. So that's why I actually bundled up like a slight bit more this time around, because, man, I really need it. Hey, Azure, hello, Molecular Shadow Fox. Good to see you as always. How are you? I hope you're staying nice and cozy where you are as well. Hopefully, you're nice and warm and bundle up and got your favorite foods and drinks already, right? Also, hello, E-Man 999999. Pebble farts. What would a pebble fart be like? Is that just like the natural gas conversion of a rock to? Yeah, I'm not quite sure I was going with that. I don't know. Probably some sort of scientific process I can follow there, but I don't feel like thinking about that too hard. For sure, it's been like pea soup here today. Ah, man. Well, we're in the middle of it, right? This is middle of winter. It's boy, is this like a winter-ass winter? Goddamn. Well, there's February, and then there's part of March, and then maybe some of April, and then hopefully we'll be into the swing of spring, and I can enjoy that very, very brief respite of temperate weather before we start diving into the summery stuff, right? But that's a long way out. Much like how we are here in the middle of the Forza Horizon 4, it's like we're in the middle of this one too, right? We're just continuing along the races, continuing with the stories, and you know, just living it up like this game wants us to do, right? That's why it's all about the Horizon life, right? Just go around the UK and do what you want. You'll get somewhere. You'll get your rewards for it, right? Did my big shop at the supermarket this morning, and it took me an hour to drive home because of how thick the fog was. Ah, man. God. Fog. Never a fun weather condition to be in, especially if you gotta drive. Because you gotta be extra careful for a multitude of reasons, right? You don't want to crash, you gotta be careful of anyone else who might just be careless, and there's a distressing number of those, right? Yeah. What say you? Also makes your hair frizzy. Oh yeah, absolutely. That too. There's a lot of moisture. Really messes with your day, doesn't it? Alright. Let's get in here, shall we? Okay. Gonna try to get me to do stuff, but I'm not gonna do stuff. And no, I'm not talking about like anyone named Stuff either, if you're wondering. Yep, streamer mode on. And let's continue. Enjoy yourselves a bit of a load screen. Oh, hey, look, Eliminator. Huh, didn't realize they kind of took, Forza Horizon 5 took a few things wholesale from this game, didn't it? Had the Eliminator blimp and the car drone, the car marker drone for Eliminator as well. Picked up some tasty treats from the bakery section. Ooh, yeah. Nice reward. All right, just grab some of those, and once you get back home, put away all your groceries, just like break open the container and help yourself to a few of it. What kind of treats did you get?
Welcome back, rookie.
All right, I do have a bit of a road map for today, because I know brought this up last week on Lego Shadow Box. There was that one story that just popped up. You said might be worth looking at. So, this... oh, come on. There we go. British Racing Green, right? That was the one. Oh my god. Are we really doing this again? This controller thing. Come on. I swear I didn't connect and disconnect it this time. Alright, alright. Okay, well, I think I know what the fix is at least this time, so give me a moment. Alright, well, seems like things are fixed, so why don't we actually get started now? We'll go check out British Racing Green. Give that a go.
Turn right.
Got a Victoria sponge cake with cream and jam and some cream donuts. The long style ones with cream and strawberry jam. Oh my god. That sounds decadent. My goodness. Long style donuts. I need to find a donut shop near me that offers those up. There's probably some around. I just haven't bothered to look into it. Mostly because there's like another donut shop that I've just kind of grown to enjoy and kind of order their donuts all the time. But yeah, sometimes it's nice to have a change of pace, right? Sometimes it's nice to try something else out. While you're around, might as well give other things a go, you know?
400 yards. Turn sharp right.
I was like, I earned this, yeah. It's always good to reward yourself, right? Don't feel like you shouldn't feel bad for indulging a little bit every now and then, right? It's good to remind yourself that, yeah, things you do are absolutely worth it. And you're absolutely entitled to a good time every now and then, right? You're not selfish for wanting to focus on yourself every now and then, you know?
Forzathon's daily challenge complete. See you back tomorrow? Of course I will.
Actually, maybe. Yeah, I hope the cakes and the donuts were
400 yards.
wonderful.
Turn right.
Maybe I should learn how to make my own donuts, right? Maybe I should try to figure that out. Because I do enjoy a good donut, and I imagine a self-made donut would be infinitely better. I can figure out how to do like a jelly-filled donut and make that good. I'd be over the moon, absolutely. Like, yeah, every few months or so, yeah, I'll just go bake some jelly donuts.
In 400 yards. Turn left.
Bill was like 120 pounds, so a few pounds more wasn't gonna hurt. Yeah, exactly.
Turn left.
2 donuts have gone already, one after tea and one after supper. There you go. Get it while it's good, right? Like, donuts don't stay fresh for too long. So, might as well enjoy them while they're good. Another thing I have to try to learn, right? Don't try to save food for too long because, you know, food obviously doesn't last forever. So, enjoy it while it's still good. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to toss it when it inevitably spoils. And then, you know, that's just money you kind of threw in the trash there. I'm trying to do that right now because I have like I bought some fruit on my last supermarket excursion, some oranges and grapes. So I'm trying to make a habit of just like, you know, getting some grapes and some oranges and just like having it
have
as,
arrived at
as
your
like a
destination.
wind down, like a post-dinner kind of snack, right? I guess dessert. It's essentially dessert, right? All right.
Great to see you. We're shooting a documentary about car culture in the UK, and I need a second driver. You've made a name for yourself, and it would be great to have you aboard. It's simple. You drive, I tell the story. Let's do it.
Almost sounds like a Motor Week episode. A little bit of Motor Week history. All right, stay above 70 miles per hour, get to the destination. Oh my god, this just turned into speed. Oh, they're giving me a lot of time. I wonder if that's like an overall time or if that timer resets every time I drop below 70.
From Aston Martin to McLaren and Bentley, Great Britain is home to over a century of automotive excellence.
Had that with bacon, forgot about it, and the edges dried up and curled up. I was like, yeah, no, not today.
A
Yeah.
documentary celebrating that history.
Yeah, that's when your food starts,
The
starts
Aston
looking
Martin
different. That's like,
DB5 Vantage was the quintessential Grand Tourer of the 1960s, combining British engineering and Italian design.
oh my god, that sounds like a match made in heaven. i6 engine is such a peach. It's a very pleasant noise, that's for sure.
Side-draft carburetors and a
I could
refined
listen to this
camshaft
actually.
profile,
I could get used to
capable
this.
Of a blistering top speed of 162 miles an hour in 1964.
It's really nice that the route they're taking us on
The clean lines
is a
of
pretty easy
superleggers
one too.
bodywork, reclining seats and wool carpets.
Oh, I think I
created
might
a
actually have to
car
let my
that
foot off the
was luxurious
accelerator.
as well as
Uh-oh.
fast.
Oh god. Okay, so so after you get up to 70 the first time, then that's when they start the usual 10-second countdown. Before that, they're like, all right, we know it might take a bit to get up to speed, so we'll give you a bit of a lead up time there, but after that, we're trusting that you have the skills to make it through this part. This isn't even the rated part. This is just a get to the destination in 5 minutes while staying above 70 mph. I wonder if that DB5 would have taken off like it did if it wasn't for James Bond.
This car would form
Bit of
the
a pop
basis
culture
of the
icon, eh?
DB range, with later cars improving on the design in many ways, but none would ever achieve the
You could probably say that
sheer
for a lot of cars,
iconic
right? Like,
perfection
would the
of Bond.
DeLorean be remembered as fondly as it was if it weren't for Back to the
Turn left.
Future, for example?
Turn left.
For all of its beauty and engineering perfection, only 65 of these beautiful machines
I think
would
that
ever
one
be built.
BMW
If you
might
own
have
one, you own a
been not
piece
as
of
fondly
British
remembered if it weren't for
history.
Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005.
In 200 yards, you will arrive at your destination.
This is a nice, sleek and suave car. You can see why they would pick this to be
The
like
silver
a secret agent
DB5
car, right?
would be immortalized in half a century of cinema.
Oh
The
yeah,
classic
50
Aston
years.
Martin.
50 years of movies.
But in 2016, a
Oh,
new
snap.
DB was unveiled, heralding the dawn
Fast
of Aston
forward.
Martin's second century.
As a standalone
The
car, the
DB11
DeLorean is terrible
is
and
the
underpowered.
first
I have heard
production
its
turbocharged Aston
performance
Martin.
is not the
But
best.
is it a worthy successor to that
The-
legacy?
Right. Apart from Back to the Future, people also remember it for its like weird door
The short
opening,
answer
right?
is yes. It's bold, responsive, and agile.
It's like
perhaps
instead of
the
swinging
best
out,
GT
it swings
chassis
up.
in the world.
Turns into like wings.
Listen to it.
I gotta be above 100. It's like the V1 Aston Martin was lead up to this. It was a bit of a test. Right? The first part was like the kiddie pool, and this is the deep
Able
end.
to hit
Now we
60 miles
gotta
an hour in
show we know how to
3.5
swim.
seconds, The DB11's 5.2-litre twin-turbo V12 boasts a top speed of over 200 miles an hour.
Those gull-wing doors must be SOBs in a car park. Oh, 100%. Probably the kind of thing where it's like, yeah, don't go into the parking garage with that kind of car if you have those kinds of doors. Good luck getting out. At least getting out without scratching another car in the process. Or scratching your own doors in the process. Depending on where you park.
The DB11 is not the fastest car in the world, but then it's not trying to be. It's sophisticated, effortless luxury. It's an Aston Martin.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta look good and be decent, right? Holy cow. I cannot believe I pulled that off. Yeah, I totally planned that. That sick drift I did. Oh yeah, I'm so cool. Right, I'm cool like 007 there. Yeah, baby. Like those suicide doors that open in reverse. Yeah. Aw, jeez. Okay, this section might be a bit trickier. I only gotta stay above 100, so I shouldn't try to go around turns full speed, yeah.
Channel air to create a virtual spoiler, providing downforce without compromising the car's clean lines. Brilliant.
Virtual spoiler, you say? Also like that brilliant at the end. Just in case we didn't know what we were supposed to take away from that.
Most importantly,
they let you know.
I
It's
think,
brilliant.
The DB11 proves that Aston Martin is ready for another century of beautiful cars. And I can't wait.
9 years later, how are they doing?
Beautiful as they are, Aston Martins are only one of many cars made in the United Kingdom. Let's see what else is out there.
Wow, we kind of crushed that one. It's like 18 seconds of buffer time there. Then again, when you're required to stay above 100 miles per hour, it's kind of hard to mess that one up, right? Like, if you're not gonna get 3 stars, you're likely gonna fail out before you reach the destination anyway. Like, don't get me wrong, I imagine there could be a scenario where you get 1 or 2 stars, but I imagine those are not as likely around these parts. The last post. Would I have an Aston in real life? Good question. Gotta admit. I might get one, yeah. I don't know. I kind of like... I actually kind of like the way it looks, right? To show off. If I had the money and I felt like flexing, sure. Give it to me. That would make for a nice topic, right? A point of topic in the garage, I imagine. Alright, Chapter 2. Let's see what other cars will be showcased here. How rock up to cons in it in style.
Time for a change of pace, though.
I had to think of like some sort of secret agent cosplay to go with it as well, yeah.
Land Rover, and we'll be starting out with the Type 3.
Ah, Type 3 Land Rover, eh? So we're gonna do some off-roading. Race to the destination. This is only part 1. What about you? Would you get an Aston Martin? I know muscle cars are like more of your thing, but if you could own an Aston Martin, would you do so?
They were actual utility vehicles. Solid, tough trucks, unstoppable over almost any terrain.
In 400 yards, turn left.
This one sure looks like it's built for it.
The Land Rover Type 3 marks the point where that shift begins. And we'll be looking at what that meant.
Well, luckily I don't have to stay above the speed, so I can kind of just bang and plus my way there, right? Don't need to be fancy. We'll just go as the crow flies, or you know, some semblance of it anyway. There's one Aston that you just love though, and which one would it be? So this one doesn't do too great uphill.
Recalculating route. In 400 yards.
Yeah, I just needed to build up
Turn
more
left.
speed before I actually went uphill. The 177. What exactly makes that one so enticing? $1.4 mil. Jeez. Yeah, that's absolutely just a flex car, right? No way in heck I'd go out driving that. No, I can.
In 400 yards.
I mean, I don't want to risk wrecking that. Goddamn. A lottery car right there. I can imagine. Right, just win the lottery and be like, yeah.
100 yards.
We're doing this. We're getting big fancy car now.
100
Getting a
yards.
177.
Turn sharp left. Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Yeah, win the lottery. Time to get me a hanger for my car collection. Oh yeah. Get a bunch of cars to fill it up with.
Recalculating route.
Or at least, more
400
cars.
yards. Turn right.
Or perhaps, like, stuff to build out of exhibits for them, right? That could work too, I imagine. Whichever way, you're gonna give those cars lots of love. Home to... and a place for them to call home. As weird as that might sound.
Along with the Range Rover, others would follow. Discovery, Defender, and the Freelander. Each a more sophisticated and enjoyable utility vehicle. But none of them were a replacement for the Type 3. They were a different kind of car.
I wonder if each chapter is going to go like this. We'll start with, like, the old version of the car, and then we'll go with the modern version of the car.
The Type 3 was arguably the first sports utility vehicle, an evolution of the design that would lead ultimately
SUVs.
to this. The Bowler Nemesis, an off-road racing vehicle that
Wait,
turned
Nemesis?
into a production SUV. The Nemesis EXR.
Does its engine go like stars? We're just gonna fire it up. It goes
sports a turbocharged
stars.
5-litre Land Rover Jaguar engine,
Our
crammed
skills
into a carbon
thing.
fibre chassis
Ah.
with integral roll cage. It even has the grille, headlights, and rear lights from a Range Rover.
Well, I think the name of the game here seems to be just get air, try to get as much air as you can, and also hang around near the fences because you get sideswipe bonuses and sick wreckage bonuses that way. So. We all know the Range Rover is the best luxury off-roader. Correction, Rebecca, lights
If you
from a
want to see
Range
what
Rover
Type 3
Sport.
would be like if it ever stopped doing important things. This is it, and it's beautiful.
I'm not sure if that's quite the flex you make it out to be. It stopped doing important things, but we don't want them to stop doing important things. On the other hand, if it is a luxury vehicle, well, you're probably not going to bring it out to do important things, right? That's what you bring out the more practical vehicles for. SUVs. I remember when those were a topic of contention.
And there are no compromises either. With a 0 to 60
Oh my
time
God,
of
I
an
can't believe
unreal
it.
4.2
I nailed it.
seconds,
First try.
All-wheel drive and the ability to corner near instantly.
Just made it,
the
too.
Nemesis provides adrenaline and sheer terror in equal measure. This
I'd crashed
is an
even
all-terrain
once,
supercar. That's
when I
the
made
only
it.
fair description for this. But that's what you get when you build an SUV with Land Rover DNA.
Was that one Jurassic Park quote? You thought about so hard if you could Forgot to think if you should. Something like that. Majority never set a wheel off-road, just go around town. Yeah. They're big ego compensators for most folk, right? You're not getting it to actually use it. Most people don't actually get it for their intended use. They're just getting it because they want a big vehicle they can use to kind of push other folk around with. Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all remember Hummer, or at least people in the States will remember Hummer, and that used to be kind of like the go-to, the kind of target for the big,
yourself.
impractical, gas-guzzling vehicle.
To just focus on telling the story while someone else handles the driving for once. Let's get to the next one. This time, it's Lotus.
Ooh, Lotus. I like the one car in Forza Horizon 5. It goes very, very fast. Vroom, vroom. Alright. Gotta drive in 2 minutes.
Lotus Engineering
Pimp My
Limited
Ride generation
began
had the
as many
H2
stories
and
of British
Escalade,
engineering
and
do.
now BMWs,
In an
etc.,
old
and supercar
barn.
makers getting in on
First,
SUVs.
Lotus cars were offered as kits. You built them yourself. From 1962,
I do feel like
they
electric
began
and
to actually build the cars themselves.
hybrid cars are
The Elan
at least
Sprint
making
showed
their own
exactly
foothold
what they
too.
intended to do. Built around a steel backbone with a fiberglass chassis, the Sprint
It's like
weighed
people
in
who are
at a
perhaps a bit
meager
more economically
687
minded,
kilos parked
at least
on the
have
curb.
choices.
On the road, this translated into brilliant agility and fantastic performance.
But yeah, supercar SUV. I think I saw a few of those in Horizon, right? The
Designer
Lamborghini
Colin
had like an
Chapman
SUV or two in
famously
there,
said,
right?
Adding power makes you faster on the straights. Subtracting weight
I'm sure the
makes you
other
faster
supercar brands
everywhere.
probably had an SUV or two in there
He
as well.
knew what he was talking about.
In 100 yards, turn right.
Yup, the Lambo Urus.
In 100 yards,
Ferrari have the Pro Sangue.
Widely hailed as one of the greatest sports cars of the 1960s, the Elan would be closely studied and emulated, inspiring such
Rolls-Royce has the
masterpieces
Cullinan.
as the Mazda MX-5.
Oh, man. They even sound fancy.
The
Well,
Elan has
I guess
all the
Urus
energy,
is
style, and enthusiasm you
kind
would
of sort of
expect.
straddling the line, but yeah.
Bold, quick, and fun. So much so that they put it in the name.
Oh, yeah? We'll lead up to the next part. We switch to the modern vehicle.
The Elan Sprint was a financial as well as an engineering success for Lotus,
Masari
validating
have one
their
too.
approach to design and resulting in a whole family
Well, I guess it
of light,
does help
agile
expand their
roadsters.
reach. It's like, yay,
Which brings
yeah,
us
you got a
to
lot of
this.
money and you
The Lotus
like huge
XE.
vehicles. Pick ours.
It's heavier than the Elan,
We got the brand name.
admittedly,
Do you like our
but
brand
it's
name?
faster.
Here's a car for you.
Much, much faster. Touch the pedal, the Exige responds with instant,
Minute 37.
relentless acceleration. As you'd expect.
Got a lot of ground to cover.
With a 0 to 60 time of 3.8
Naught.
seconds and a top speed
Subtitles say
of
0, but Rebecca said
170
naught.
before upgrades and tuning, the Exige is uncompromising.
I mean, hey, it's a valid sentence, right? This was rough getting 3 stars on. Oh boy. Alright. I look forward to it. Or actually, maybe this is one I'll just like get to
And there's no power steering.
pack it up. But I'll give it a few
You can really
tries, right?
Feel the road.
It's worth a few
A
tries.
genuinely thrilling drive, and one that isn't afraid to demand you take it seriously.
That was always the thing with the Horizon stories, right? Most of the chapters, it's like, oh yeah, you know, no problem, right? As long as you're driving some measure of competently, you'll hit 3 stars, no problem. But then you get like 1 or 2 chapters where it just feels like you're pulling your teeth, trying real hard to, you know, shave every second off, trying to scrounge every point together to hit that 3-star target, and it still feels like sometimes it just comes down to rolling the dice. It's like, oh man, did all the stars align, or did you you mess up in like one tiny spot.
In 400 yards,
Oh my
you will
god,
arrive
I
at
think
your
I'm
destination.
seeing it. Oh man. I'm sure there were some spots where I probably could have
And with rumored
improved my
launches
racing
of
line,
two
but
new cars
man.
in 2020, Lotus looks set to push the benchmark of the experienced sports car well into the next century.
Oh my god, that was even 1 star. Oh jeez. Alright, let's give it one retry. We're gonna do the mega load thing. On the other hand, they made them too easy in Forza Horizon 5. Yeah, I have to admit, I don't remember too many story chapters in that game where I was kind of running up against the metaphorical wall. Or at the very least, it felt like there were enough places where I could improve enough where I could get 3 stars and then get on with my day. Apart from Drift Club, but I will at least freely admit that I am not the best at drifting. I do remember the one Horizon Festival season where completing this, they did like completing the story as one of the festival tasks, and I think I was trying really hard to try to complete all the chapters at 3 stars, but there was the one where I couldn't quite get to it, but I eventually just like threw in the towel. I was like, I tried my best, you know. Oh, here we go. Okay. The road appeared. Oh, yeah. It's gonna keep happening, unfortunately. Oh, I should probably restart. I feel like even that will drop at the start.
Instant, relentless
I need every second I can get.
As you'd expect.
Only one I had issues with was that Racing History one when you had to drive on the beach in that vintage racer. This feel like a mismatch of terrain and vehicle.
170 before upgrades and tuning. The Exige is uncompromising.
Yeah, it's probably the segment where you do have to follow the racing line carefully. Right, don't go too far off script.
And there's no power steering, so you can really feel the road. A genuinely thrilling drive, and one that isn't afraid to demand you take it seriously.
Oh yeah.
In 200 yards, turn left.
Here's the tricky part.
Turn left.
No power steering equals a real workout for your arms, I can imagine. Really feel the road and also feel the wheel and also the burning in your arms once you're done with your trip, right? Alright, I think we can go from here. Still have a tenth of a mile. We got this? I have 17 seconds to cover 0.5. Oh, that probably would have ended in disaster. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not making it. Oh god, the cutoffs are like 2 seconds. Or 5 seconds. So if you don't make 137, it's 142.
Well into the next sentence.
Man, this part here, this is like the burnout event. It's like, yeah, your metal targets are like very close to each other. Alright, I think we'll just move on, right? Yeah, spiffing. Oh wow, 90,000 creds. You pulled your hair out trying to 3-star this. I can see that kind of thing where you try everything you can, right? You're just like, okay, but you try this corner and try to get around it with minimal speed loss, and then you rinse and repeat for every corner after that. It's like, yeah.
Done much rallying?
It would
That's a
add up.
joke. We've all seen what you've been up to. We're doing the next bit on location. You'll see why when you get there.
Wow, I can't believe they actually let me just drive my car. So we're not gonna do like a past-present juxtaposition for this chapter? Maybe this will be a 3-parter. At least we get the stare at the Cyberpunk car for a little bit tonight, right? Lots of rage quitting, I bet. But it's good to walk away sometimes, right? Sometimes you get to a state where you're just like so tilted you can't concentrate, and it's like, alright, I just need to step back, right? I just need to go away for a bit. Maybe come back at it with renewed energy and vigor later. I've had that happen a few times. Back when I was playing Monster Hunter Rise.
In 400 yards, you will arrive at your destination.
Some of those endgame fights were just, they were real tricky, and just had to step away after a bit, right? After the 10 millionth time I got banged up by a BS attack, I was just like, yeah, I got it back. Okay. Oh, I was wondering when it would transition. Nice zoom in. We'll zoom into the wall here. Good camera position. Someone made that Quadra IRL.
Ford,
you know what? I'm not surprised.
Most American of cars. But the Ford Escort, oh, that's British. And more than that, the Escort would become for many synonymous with Group B. In the 70s, Ford had embraced that destiny so firmly that they'd begun their own championships to find new drivers. Drivers for cars like the RS 1800.
Wow. That's a heck of a way to promote your brand. Damn. It's gonna host our own racing tournament with blackjack and hookers. And you know what? Forget the blackjack and hookers.
Cosworth BDE engine.
Okay, so we're still not at the breeding part yet. Luckily, it wasn't England. That thing is just too wide with those hips.
All cars entered into the Group B production.
Yeah.
So Ford built 200 of them.
Probably wouldn't survive in, like, Old Town. It's kind of crazy when you go around a place that's been around for a while. It's like, man, everything was so much smaller.
Across the rallying world, on almost every continent, and across every terrain type imaginable. This car was basically
Certainly not. Whenever I go into, like, an old city, like check out the old buildings, find myself having to duck and squeeze even though I'm like already a short person. Like, man, it's wild.
So of course Ford set out to design a better one.
Ah, okay.
The RS 200 Evolution was their answer. A purpose-built rally car designed to do one thing: win Group B.
Wow. So imagine you need that one Rick and Morty meme, right? The RS200 goes, "What is my purpose?" And then Rick says, "To win Group B." And then RS200 is just like, "My God." Oh wait, I gotta do it in 50 seconds?
From Reliant, and the massive Ford parts bin was raided to give the car that iconic look. Fortunately,
yeah, fuck it. Just gonna cut the middle entirely. We're just gonna bound across.
So you can
Thank goodness they give us 10 seconds leeway time, right? Haha, you can't stop me, parents. That part reminds me of that one shortcut and that one track in Midtown Madness 2. Right? It's like the one where the track like goes around the city block, but the obvious shortcut is just go straight, right? Go straight through the road instead of going around the block. They don't stop you. In fact, I think it's like actually encouraged. That was always fun. Alright. Time for the next chapter. I need to see how many chapters we're on. I think this is the 5th one.
You know, I really
38
like this
miles
car.
per hour. Oh.
Not that I'd want to drive it for too long.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Squeeze yourself in there and let's see just how fast you can make it go. Which won't be too fast. But hey, I could be surprised.
Yeah, it's time to peel out.
The Peel P50 has the dubious honor of being the smallest production car in the world. A one-door microcar coupe, featuring a 42cc air-cooled engine, capable of a heinous 38 miles an hour. And a handle, so you can pick it up and carry it with you when you get to work. And keep in mind that this is the production version. The prototype had the single wheel at the front. Why would you think that was a good idea?
Saves money. You know, for every 3 of these cars we make, we can make another car, right? Whereas if we had four tires per car, we could only make 3 cars.
If you'd like to own the modern incarnation of this, I suppose you can.
I like how that was just a one-parter. Modern version. Who wants a modern version of this? I'd be like, well, you say not driving that as long as I have breath in my body. only for the novelty factor, right? Hey, 158 ultimate wreckage skills. Well, I mean, that's not surprising. 109 skill points. Oh, man. Whoa, I've already discovered over half the roads in the UK. 207 ultimate airs? It's surprising. Radio what? What do you mean? Hospital records doesn't count as a radio station? How dare you, Horizon? Really? I actually got 180 skills. Alright. Yeah, 127 for speed zone isn't surprising. 7 stars. Just 7 stars for speed zones. Business stars. Oh, that's the story stuff, right? We're not at 1 million influence yet. We did all the showcases. 1 car perk. Really, I only bought 1. I think that was like from the tutorial, wasn't it? And oh, wow, okay.
The Peel P50 has the dubious honor of being the smallest production car.
It still took a while to load, but
a one-door microcar coupe, featuring a 42cc air-cooled engine,
okay, I should
capable
probably
of a
turn around
heinous
here and
38 miles an hour.
Start building up that speed.
And a handle, so you can pick it up and carry it with you when you get to work. It was billed as being able to fit a single driver with a bag of shopping. And it does, if neither are particularly large. And keep in mind that this is the production version. The prototype had the single wheel at the front. Why would you think that was a good idea?
God, I just love the sarcasm dripping from every statement. Aw, did I go back too far? Am I not gonna make it? Did I screw this up?
That was spectacular. Take a breather and let's try again with less excitement.
Good lord. That statement is... oh, man. This is an exceptional statement. My god.
The Peel P50 has the dubious honor of being the smallest production car in the world. A one-door microcar coupe, featuring a 42cc air-cooled engine, capable of a heinous 38 miles an hour. and a handle, so you can pick it up and carry it with you when you get
If only
to
you can
work.
import automation cars you've made into this.
Being able to fit a single
only,
driver
right?
with a bag of shopping. And it does, if neither are particularly large. And keep in mind that this is the production version. The prototype
It makes me
had the
wonder,
single wheel
do
at
mods
the
for the
front.
Horizon games
Why
exist?
would you think that was a good idea?
Or this is like the thing they've kind of locked down pat. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. But it would be interesting if someone were to be able to mod like different cars. And... Wait, am I not even gonna make it for this one?
In
Oh, wait, I did.
2010, though, production
43, is that gonna be
restarted
enough for
at
3
Sasson
stars?
Edgefield. So,
Oh,
if you'd
44.
like
I
to
felt like
earn
that
the
was like
modern
as
incarnation
fast
of
as I
this,
could go.
I suppose you can.
Okay, there we go. I mean, I would hope so. I feel like going any faster will require you to abuse the physics in some way or another, even if you could do such a thing in this kind of car. Not that I know of, alright. Surprising you can't with the Steam version with the workshop. That would be such a rich vein for mods. It would require Microsoft to actually want people to mod their games. But why would they do that when they could sell you DLC instead, right? I don't know, given that this game is delisted now, maybe that might inspire someone to mod it. Who knows? Now that you mention Workshop, I'm surprised that's not in there for... Is that in there for Halo? I feel like it would be prime... The Forge especially would be a prime way to kind of integrate Workshop, but... Again, that would require Microsoft to actually care about that.
Hey there! How about a car with some actual legroom and some actual speed? This section's about what happened when McLaren decided to make a road car.
Oh yeah,
You're going to
McLaren.
enjoy this.
I think this brand has started to grow on me. I kind of dig their style too.
The track and the road have very different
Road car, you
requirements.
say?
For McLaren, that was a challenge they were more than willing to embrace. In 1988, they set out to create the finest sports car the world has ever seen. By 1993, they had achieved
5
their
years
goal,
later, huh?
and the honestly fantastic F1 was the result.
ETS,
106 to
ATS,
be built
SnowRunner, etc.
across
They're like,
all
yeah,
variants,
go nuts with
and it
mods,
remains one of
yeah!
the very best road cars
I'm sure everyone
ever
loves them
made.
for it.
The F1 has no turbocharger.
I feel like it's like a good
compromised the
reason
driving
why
experience,
some of the
increased
old games are
complexity,
beloved.
and resulted in turbo
Yeah, it's just
lag.
the games today
The
that also
F1
allow
is a
mods, right?
naturally aspirated
Like those
supercar,
games
one of
and
the
other games
fastest in
like
the world, in
Unreal
fact.
Tournament and Left 4
Everything
Dead
about
and Left
this
4 Dead
car is
2
innovative.
and
From the
the
carbon
Half-Life
fiber
and
monocoque to the central driver
StarCraft and
position.
Warcraft and
McLaren threw the book away when they designed the F1.
you know a
Then
whole
they wrote the
bunch of
better
other games
The
of that
F1's
era. It's
monocoque
like,
chassis
yeah,
is incredibly lightweight, only 100 kilos all told.
you have to customize your
which
game
posed a
and
significant
have a bit of fun
challenge,
with it.
Because
It's like,
carbon
sure,
fiber
why not?
and fiberglass
You owned it.
aren't great
Other people were willing to
insulators. So,
mess with it
McLaren
and
lined
do something
the
cool with
entire
it.
engine compartment with gold.
That's like part of the reason why the old Grand Theft Autos were popular, right? Especially San
In
Andreas, because
1998, the
there are a
F1
bunch of character
prototype
mods in there.
set
So
the
it's like,
world
oh yeah,
record
you want
for
to play
fastest
Grand Theft
production
Auto,
car.
but with like
A
all
record that
Toho
would stand
characters?
for 2
Go
decades,
nuts.
Until the Koenigsegg
I think
CCR
GTA 5
claimed
is
the
like
crown.
actually moddable to an extent too.
McLaren's
I was actually
racing
watching
heritage is
someone a few
so
days ago
deeply
playing GTA
ingrained in this
5 with
machine
like
that when they took it
a
to Le
mod
Mans
that
in
replaced all the main
1995
characters
and
with
faced off against
their
purpose-built
VTuber model
racing
and some of their
machines.
friends' VTuber
They
models,
won.
and that was pretty fun. Mod for Need for Speed Underground 2 looks
So,
fun, adds
with
loads
something
of
like
new
the
body
F1
parts
to
and
live up
updated
to,
visuals and stuff.
Where do you go next? Well, you throw
Sounds,
the book
pretty
away
neat.
again and write an even better one. The result is the McLaren P1, a hybrid electric sports car that stands head and shoulders above the F1.
And you know what they say about reinventing the wheel?
The P1 GTR will hit 60
as long as the
miles an
book is
hour
still
in
good.
2.4 seconds. That's 0.7 seconds
sure
faster than the
throwing
F1.
away the book and
That's an
writing a new one is quite the
eternity
flex
for
you think
supercar.
it is. Oh, I think I need to slow down a bit more here. OMG GTA Chaos Mode plus chat voting.
The car's
I love a good
blistering
audience participation mod.
performance is delivered by a twin-turbo V8.
Yeah, it's great when
supplemented
you
by a
have,
McLaren ECU electric motor and
games on
instant power
Twitch that
assist
allow
system.
that, right? Whether
And
it be
they
like
do
an audience
mean
vote,
instant.
or you get like the crowd control features for it. Or best of all, if the game just has built-in Twitch support, it's great. It gives
Remember those
the viewers a
problems
bit of
with
fun.
turbo lag? McLaren solved that with the hybrid drive. While the turbos
Oh, I
build
didn't realize that
pressure,
was a
the
speed
electric
rated
motor
for
drives the
the
wheels.
stars.
No turbo lag, just torque.
Also, we're gonna have
And
a
because it's a
ad
hybrid,
break soon.
it has an all-electric
Oh,
range.
hell yeah. 3 stars,
Running on
alright.
batteries alone,
Could just keep going.
that's 6.2 miles. A bit more if you're going downhill.
Yeah, were there any memorable moments, any memorable streams you've been in recently that have had, like, some form of audience participation? I think I always enjoy a good Cult of the Lamb stream, right? Because most of the people who stream Cult of the Lamb tend to do so with, like, the Twitch integration, so you always get to try to raffle to become one of the cult members, and then you can vote on various things while they're off doing their stuff, like, you know, giving them extra items or more enemies, or you know, resurrecting a dead clan member, or just like making poop appear everywhere. It's a fun time. Oh, we're in ad mode.
I quite like sleeper cars.
Aftermarket and
Did Alex ever tell
excellence.
you the story of what we got up to in Colorado? There was this sleeper car
Colorado, you
competition,
say?
see?
Ha ha!
Let's just say no one was ready for the sunbeam.
Man, I forgot this game packed in a lot of continuity nods. 'Cause I guess this is a very much a
Lotus never quite
timeline.
let go of the upgrade game. So in addition to building their own supercars, they upgraded cars from other marques too. The Lotus Carlton was one such aftermarket
yeah.
upgrade. Lotus took a respectable 4-door Vauxhall saloon and turned it into a supercar.
They're like, we can make it better. We can build
On
it
the
faster,
outside,
stronger.
There are a few signs that this is something special. Wider wheel arches, that sort of thing. But under the bonnet, that's where the magic starts.
Yeah.
Engine
little
capacity
part
was
swapping.
increased to 3.6 litres, and twin Garrett T25 turbochargers were added. The engine block was reinforced, and new crankshafts were forged by Opel and machined in Germany.
At the roundabout,
It
take
was
the
an
third
international
exit.
effort, wasn't it?
The tyres were widened, and the tyre compound from the Lotus Esprit was used. To handle camber change issues, they put in the self-leveling suspension from the Opel Senator.
It's actually a car called the Senator? Huh. Oh, welcome back from ads. Friend of mine did GTA 5 story mode with the Chaos mod plus chat voting. Made his life hell. As chat is wont to do.
Only 950 of these custom gems were built.
I need to
and they've
see like
become
what
something
games
of a
I can do
modern
with
classic.
like a sort of a chat voting element to it. Probably one in there that I'd probably be willing to play.
The Lotus
Could have a little
Carlton
fun
was an
with that.
example of how to turn a saloon into a supercar. But that's not the only thing Lotus got up to.
Windshield
In
wipers working overtime.
1979, Chrysler approached Lotus to create a strict rally version of their Sunbeam 3-door hatchback. Lotus, as you might imagine, rather enjoyed the challenge.
And you might find something new out of it, right?
They took the rear-wheel drive hatchback and changed everything that matters. They stiffened the suspension, improved the anti-roll bars, and widened the transmission tunnel.
We're using the term supercar loosely with the saloon. approach this a little differently. Actually, maybe I should just like stay on the road until I get to the switchback and then I just bound up that. Go back and forth. How about we don't? How about we just take a few shortcuts as long as I touch the path here? I should be okay, right? That's what you wanted me to do, right? This is totally how you wanted me to experience this chapter, right? Man, a whole minute 20 seconds to get to the end. Will I make it? Still gotta do 1.6 miles. Geez. I don't know.
It almost makes you wonder if Lotus should do more conversion. It's a silly question, actually. Lotus should do more conversions. In fact, I'll call them right now.
The parents are back. Get back on the road. It's like, Azure, this is not how we taught you how to drive a car. Hey, isn't that just like an effective metaphor for life, right? If you see a twisty path, just go straight through it, right? Take all the shortcuts you can. Oh my god, that shirt looks kind of neat. I gotta put that on. It'll look great with my leopard print suit. Blue is so on brand for me. I know, right? It's kind of where I was sitting at with that. All right, 3 chapters to go. Next up is Art of Performance. Kind of like I got a bit of a digital look to it too, which is kind of neat.
I honestly think these might be some of the most beautiful cars in the world, and the story of how it came about is, well, really British.
Oh boy!
Get in the car and let's get this segment.
All right. Next part.
Jaguar is a bit of a favorite of mine. The company is almost 100 years old and was originally founded to build sidecars for motorcycles.
Ah.
But this is the car that really set the bar, I think. The 1961 E-Type. When he saw it, Enzo Ferrari called it the most beautiful car in the world. High praise indeed. He wasn't alone in his admiration. Accolades have followed this car ever since. It's been in movies, comics, games, and TV shows.
Certainly feels like the kind of car a really classy person would drive.
It wasn't just looks though. The E-Type was light and fast. It would do 153 miles an hour and stopped on innovative 4-wheel brakes that were better than anything Ferrari or Porsche or even Mercedes-Benz had.
They used to be until they nuked their entire brand and rebooted it.
Based on the D-Type that won
Bummer.
the 24 Hours of Le Mans 3 years in a row.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Or I could just go straight through.
Anyone who owns an E-Type will
Man,
tell
this
you
game
that
especially
the key
is
to their
just all about
reliability is to drive them regularly. As if you
just kind of
need
ignoring the
excuse.
roundabout rules, right? So like, yeah, take the third exit. Oh, so you mean turn right. Got it.
About 2,500 were built, and they're a common sight at auto shows, and surprisingly reasonably priced. All in all, an almost perfect
By reasonably
Jaguar.
priced, do you mean like 6 digits instead of 7? Because that's still kind of like out of my range, to be honest.
The E-Type was the successor to the Le Mans winning D-Type. But what would that look like if Jaguar designed it today? In 2013, Jaguar answered that question
Rare thing
with
for
the
a car
F-Type
right there.
Project
3
7,
windscreen
a
wipers.
spiritual
Huh,
successor
you're right.
to E-Type, and designed from the ground up.
That's a
to be
really
the
wide
purest,
windshield then.
most enjoyable Jaguar yet.
Looks like this version only has 2.
The car's heritage is proudly displayed in the gorgeous D-type curves and the distinctive aero hunt behind the driving position. But like the E-type, it's not just a pretty face.
Although, given we're on a highway, is this just going to be a straight highway sprint? It's going to go down the highway. This is just about going really fast and dodging all the cars in the way.
5-liter V8
Oh man, I can pretend I'm playing Burnout
again. With a fully
again.
aluminium body, it's blisteringly fast, with a 0 to 60 speed of 3.8 seconds and a top speed of 186 miles an hour.
That's a speed no person should ever reach on a highway.
Carefully authored design.
Okay, I probably don't want to continue with that. If I hit the debris, I should probably rewind and try it again.
It started as a sketch by designer Cesar Pieri.
Okay, that was even worse.
Thrown together one Friday in his free time.
Much better. This motorway so needs that Airbus coming in like a bird of prey to crash land. Just crash in split-second style. Right, engine just breaks off the wing and starts flying towards you. It's like,
computer during a meeting and asked him what it was. The rest is history.
Right, you're like pulling onto the highway and you just hear that radio static and you're like, oh snap!
250 Project 7s were built.
Okay, this is a go straight.
To the E-type,
right on through. Just like that.
Jaguar's victories at Le Mans.
We don't got time to lose here. Oh my god.
It is safe to do so.
I have like 5 seconds left and a bit of distance to cover.
I think I speak for all of us when I say, thank heavens for Cesar's Friday afternoon doodle.
It all started with a doodle. Off by that much. I'll give it a few goes. It's like, apart from 1 to 2 places, that was just a fairly straightforward hit the accelerator kind of deal. That's one thing they never added to Forza, a nuclear power plant to race around. That would be fun. Although I imagine there might be reasons why they don't have one. Then again, they've had like a whole mining zone that they just let everyone freely drive around, so why not a power plant? Yeah, final lap, the core melts down. Again, makes me wish we had a spiritual successor to Split Second. It's been long enough, I think someone can jump on the idea of race game with movie stunts, and people will probably go, oh yeah! Were you inspired by Split Second? Right? Sure, people would be thrilled by that. Up, 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 up. Okay,
the car's heritage is proudly displayed in the gorgeous D-type curves and the distinctive aero.
I probably want to restart anyway.
Hunt behind the driving position. But like the E-type, it's not just a pretty face.
Alright, say that again. I kind of missed it. Or don't. It's fine with me. You know, if I get like a larger audience, I might consider just playing through Split Second again.
With a fully aluminium body,
I feel like that's a game I think we need
to
keep the spirit alive, yeah.
3.8 seconds.
Imagine you'd be pretty cool with another playthrough of that.
Miles an hour. A car as beautiful as this must surely have been a...
I saw an interesting video on YouTube the other day. It was about how nearly all of the MTV cribs were faked. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Something you just try to pretty up for the camera, but it's all smoke and mirrors just to make you look more fancy than you really
The
are.
rest is history.
I mean, we already have proof that, like, what, Pimp My Ride was all the big scam in the end, so...
250 Project 7s were built, as both a successor to the E-Type and as a celebration of Jaguar's victories at Le Mans.
A lot of those places were rented as well as the cars, huh? That doesn't surprise me too much. Dang it. Missed it again. Give this another go. I feel like I have this. I just need to, you know, follow the racing line and not smack into things.
The car's heritage is proudly displayed in the gorgeous D-type curves and the distinctive.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised, right? You want to make yourself look cooler than you actually are, yeah.
It's not just
go rent a place for pennies on the dollar. You know, those folks have money to burn. They're like, yeah, we'll go rent ourselves a car for like $1 zillion just to make everyone look like, or make ourselves look like to everyone that we got like $1 zillion or dollars, 11 zillion dollars, right?
Blisteringly fast, with a 0 to 60 speed of 3.8 seconds and a top speed of 186 miles an hour. A car as beautiful as this must surely have been a carefully authored design.
But you know what isn't
Actually,
fake?
it started
Tokyo
as a
Extreme
sketch by
Racer.
designer Cesar
I've actually been
Fieri,
keeping
thrown together one
an eye on
Friday
that.
in his free time.
Right, and when they had that message that was like, yeah, we're coming out in
Jaguar's
early
design
access
director, Ian
late
Callum,
January.
saw the
In fact,
sketch
I think it's like
thumbnail on Cesar's
coming out this week,
computer
actually.
during a meeting and asked
I've been
him
looking
what
at
it was.
gameplay videos of
The
it, and I'm
rest
like,
is history.
looks like it could potentially be a decent game, right? Depending on how much it's worth. I might actually pick that up.
250 Project 7s were built.
They said they were going to be in early access for like 4 months, right? We'll see what everyone's impressions are, right? We'll see if they got at least the fundamentals down, the core gameplay is solid enough, and I just might hop on early just to give that a go, right? Dang it, I was off by like a couple hundredths of a second.
For Cesar's Friday afternoon duty.
7/10. Almost 8/10. But blah. I feel like there might be a place or two where I could still try to shave off. We'll give it another go or two, and then we'll move on. Yeah. You've been seeing a lot of that suggested to you on YouTube. I imagine it's probably got certain circles of buzz. Especially those who probably remember the old Tokyo Extreme Racers and remember them fondly. And then these guys come out and are like, yeah, we're gonna make a new one. It's been a really long time since the last one. We're gonna try to do it right. And yeah, fingers crossed, right? Let's hope they manage to pull it off, because if they do, it'll be a good time. I'm sure it'll be a good time. The retro racing revival scene could use a W, right, after Test Drive Unlimited kind of exploded at the starting line, right? It's like the Mario Kart start, right? We try to do the boost start, but you mistimed the boost, and you end up just like going up in a puff of smoke. Yeah, kind of feels like that. It gotta be better. Yeah, it gotta be better than the damp squib that was Solar Crown. I have to admit, I have not checked up on that. I want to see how that game is doing. I almost picked it up. I was like half tempted to do so because it seemed kind of interesting, but
the car's heritage.
I guess something about it kind of told me to hold off. I felt like that was like one of those things that was like, yeah, I'll see what people say about it after release, and I'm glad I did, right? I'm glad I'm glad I backed off. Because, yeah, a huge turnoff is the whole online all the time thing. Yeah. I don't know why so many of these games want to be online only. Like, I don't know, if the game doesn't have like any sort of auction system or anything like that, or are they protecting?
Speed of 3.8 seconds and a top speed of 186 miles an hour. A car as beautiful as this must surely have been a carefully authored design.
I see people say
Actually,
similar things about
it
Animal
started as a
Crossing, right?
sketch
Because
by designer
Animal
Cesar
Crossing has
Pierre.
like
Thrown
similarly
together
stringent
one
requirements,
Friday in
right?
his free
Like
time.
you can only have one island
Jaguar's
per
design
memory card,
director,
and
Ian Callum,
you know only
saw
so
the
many
sketch in a
inhabitants. And if you want
thumbnail
to
on Cesar's
transfer
computer
your
during a
island, you
meeting
gotta
and asked
do
him
so
what it was.
using a special
The rest
application.
is history.
And it just makes you wonder, like, what sort of economy are they trying to protect here? I mean, don't get me wrong, there are certainly things you want to defend against, right? Like people who want to ruin other people's day, or people who might just want to drop in all sorts of money or items unprompted, but
Turn around when it is safe to do
yeah, if
so.
someone's willing to exploit a bug or two and, you know, just keep it to themselves, then, I don't know, let them,
I think I speak
I'd
for
say.
all of us when I
Right.
say, thank heavens for Cesar's Friday afternoon doodle.
Oh my god. Well, we made it. We did it. Under 135. Even only by 2/10, but under 135 is still under 135. You can take it and move on to the next chapter. A lot of folks like single-player races in a campaign, etc. It feels like you're treated like an outcast if you want to drive offline. Yeah, I feel like that too, right? I mean, you see me play racing games, I'm not exactly the best at them, so I don't want to always be pitted against online players for that, right? That's why I like games like Horizon and The Crew, which do at least let you do single-player stuff. Granted, The Crew kind of has like the problem with the whole being online thing, which ended up killing the first game and causing enough of a ruckus that they were like, okay, we'll make an offline mode for 2 in Motorfest. Y'all have convinced us. And hopefully they'll follow through on that, right? We have their word, now we just want their actions. Maybe
We're
that
almost
might be
done.
too late to save the Crew
But we
one, but at
saved
least
the
we can
good
still
stuff
have the
for
Crew 2 in
last.
Motorfest
A
in some
spot of
form.
rallying in the most British car of them all. Get in, strap in, and let's nail this one.
And, you know, say what you want about Horizon and them getting delisted after a fixed number of years, but hey, you can still play them, right? Even if the online services for even the earliest Horizons are gone. You can still play the base game. Sure, you're gonna miss out on
It's a surprisingly
a good chunk
spacious
of
little city
content,
car
but
with a side-mounted engine. It's an icon
if you
of
like
popular
ever
culture.
find,
It's been
say,
built
Forza
on
Horizon
every
2
continent where there's a car
on eBay or
factory.
something, or, you know, in a
It's
used
the
game
Mini.
store, they're like, oh, this seems
The Mini
kind of
Cooper
cool,
S
right?
is
You can
built to
buy
be a
it, you
performance
can stick it
machine
in your
with
console,
deeper
and you can play it.
engines, twin carburetors, and front
You
disc
can do that
brakes.
just fine.
This scrappy little machine
Yeah,
would
you
go
won't-
on to
you might not be
achieve
able to
more
get
than 30
everything,
racing
but
victories in the
you'll still be able to get
1960s
something.
and 1970s.
It's better
A
than
Mini
nothing.
Cooper S flying number 37 placed first at the 1964 Monte Carlo Rally. Driven by Paddy Hopkirk and Henry Liddon, this was the last time all British crew would win the event. But not the last time a Mini would. At Monte Carlo in 1966, Minis took the first, second, and third
That being
positions.
said,
They were
what are the
all
odds you think maybe
disqualified because
someday
they had dimming headlamps.
Ubisoft decides, hey, we're
Not
gonna
because
put
they
out
were
The Crew
winning
1
everything in sight.
remastered?
In
Maybe that'll be
1999,
the way
Car
they
of the
save The
Century
Crew,
Award
right?
was
We'll
presented to
put out The
most
Crew 1
influential
remastered, and
car of the
surprise, it
20th
has
century.
offline mode, so you
The
don't have to
Mini
worry
came
about us
second.
yoinking the
It was
rights
beaten by the Model
from your
T4.
account.
That's fair.
That would be nice.
5.3
I can keep sniffing that
million
copium,
minis would be
right?
sold, making it the most popular British car.
Speaking of copium, I saw that Team Cherry actually surfaced for the first time in like 2 years.
And then in 2000,
They
BMW
actually
resumed production of the
reappeared,
Mini,
right? Some of their dev
breathing
team were
new
like,
life
"Don't worry,
into
we're
the
still working
iconic
on
marque.
Hollow Knight Silk Song."
If the Mini of the 1960s
like,
had
a
its
sign of
sights
life.
set on the roads
And,
of Monte Carlo, the
at least they
X-ray
said something,
countryman
right?
has its eyes on
You know, after
something
having
a
heard
little
like
tougher.
nothing for the better part of 2 years, it's good to know
The
that
deserts and rough
I guess
terrain of the Dakar,
Silk Song
for
is still
starters.
coming,
A
hopefully.
wit once said that the only thing mini in this monster was the pedal. That's rather missing the point, I think.
We can
The
keep
X-rayed
hoping, right?
Countryman
Can keep
is
hoping
much,
that
much bigger than the Mini Cooper. It has to be.
it won't take them
The
forever
stage of
for the
Dakar
next
demands
update.
literally tons of gear. You could call it a tank. It does rather sound like one.
If an old school platformer like Toki can get a remake, anything is possible. If Cell Damage of all games can get a remaster, then yeah, anything's off the table, right? You just need someone who wants you need enough people who want to see it happen. And someone with the resources to make it happen. Try to make it happen. After that, it's just like fingers crossed they're able to pull it off, right?
This thing, they had one goal in mind. Winning the Dakar. And they did. Every year. From 2012 to 2015.
Oh, I thought I saw a part where I could just like bound on straight through, but no, I think I gotta just turn here. A lot of PS1 games you like to see brought back. I bet. You know, let's see, right? Something that would just like come out of nowhere. A new Jet Moto. Could you imagine if they made like a new Jet Moto game? Sony just decides that like one of their Sony Directs was like, hey, guess what? We're bringing back Jet Moto. That would be wild.
Owners come and go. The heritage of a car like the Mini is more than who owns the keys to the shop. I fully expect to see Mini's wings flying for another
That's a name you haven't heard of for so long. They only have like the 3 PS1 games, right? They've rated off that platform. Yeah, I think there's a market for people who want to ride hover bikes, especially in this day and age. I think you can make something out of that. A super wheel spin. Ooh. I got this wheel spin and all I got was 1,000 credits. I'll probably put it towards upgrades and maybe buying a car or two, but... Ah, you know what else would be crazy? Threads of Fate. Hey, you remember Threads of Fate?
This is quite the story. Bentley at Le Mans in the 1930s.
I remember my sister specifically wanted to pick up that game. I think she was kind of entranced by the cover. Also, there was a demo of it in one of the demo discs a long time ago, and she kind of liked the gameplay from there, so she got that for, I think, Christmas one year. And, yeah, we had fun with that. It was kind of cool.
Cricklewood, North London,
right, you had like the girl who could mix and match magic together, and then the boy could transform into various monsters, and they both had like differing storylines, and
British engineering.
It's kind of cool.
For almost a century, every Bentley was hand-built to exacting standards. So at the beginning of the 21st century, when Bentley revealed their first mass-produced car, there were a
it was
great
developed by
many
Square,
questions.
right? I remember that.
The car was the Continental
Squaresoft
GT,
joint.
an elegant grand tourer that combined a racetrack pedigree with exquisite style and all the power you could need. The move to mass production has done nothing to blunt the Bentley experience. The 2017 Continental Supersport is responsive, fast, and beautifully designed.
Well, hopefully Sony does consider maybe bringing back some of their other old properties, because, oh wait, did I just, like, drive around the roundabout? Can I get a mulligan on this one? I just realized maybe I should... Oh wait, this isn't even a rated section anyway. Why am I so worried about this? There is a damage meter too, so maybe it would do me good to not just, you know, barge on through. Sony needs to stop having Twisted Metal as a PlayStation exclusive. Well, maybe if they decide to make a Twisted Metal for the current gen PlayStation, it'll eventually get that PC port, like their other big
all-wheel
name
drive,
titles
carbon
eventually
fiber
do,
bonnet
right?
sides and side skirts to create the most powerful, performance-focused car the company has ever built.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Sony probably has a lot more time to try to think of other avenues to develop games. 'Cause there was that news that came out recently that they canceled a bunch of live service projects, specifically because Concord was such a spectacular failure. They were like, all right. Apparently, some of them included like a Horizon live service and another God of War live service. And it's like, you know, at least they know when to fold them. Wish they'd done it earlier. Wish they'd kind of not gone that route at all. But I suppose there's some good in knowing when to cut your losses,
both ways,
even if it is for purely pragmatic reasons.
Even when building these gorgeous Grand Tours.
Hell, Gran Turismo on other platforms would be great. I'm sure they would make an absolute killing if they were to put Gran Turismo on PC. Like, it seems like the perfect kind of game for it. I know some people who play the game on PlayStation using racing wheels. It's just it would be a natural fit.
Means modern,
you're right.
fearless luxury and elegance.
I think a lot of people, a good number of people would probably enjoy it. I wonder if the one thing stopping them is because there are a lot of other car games, including Forza. They kind of have to compete with that.
Something else entirely.
They just look at their pie chart and was like, yeah, we're not going to be able to claim enough market share to justify this. Put it on the back burner.
Rather special Bentley at the Le Mans. It was a 4.5-liter
is this the one you're talking about where you got to drive a car down the beach? I'm going to enjoy this one.
Time on the day, but it failed to finish.
1.2 miles. Oh, I gotta stay above 70 miles too.
Courageous driving forced Rudolf Caracciolla's 7-liter Mercedes out of the race at the cost of his own victory. But in doing so, he handed the day
to the
flat
beach at least, so
a gentleman racer indeed.
I would assume this is really very much going to be figure out the shortest route while staying above 60. And staying above 60 won't be too bad.
Sir Henry knew he didn't have anything to prove. In 1929,
so just like
the
deviate from the line
Mrs.
a
Mary
little bit.
Victor
Should be
Bruce
fine, right?
had already driven the resolutely
Kind of see the
modern
water up there, so I don't want to
4.5
deviate
litre
too
Bentley
far.
at Montpellier, setting distance, speed, and endurance records. The Bentley's performance so annoyed Ettore Bugatti that he called it the world's fastest lorry.
Damn. That snark, though.
The blower had the
I was off. I was off by like a freaking tenth of a second.
For over £4 million.
Not even that.
Which is more than enough
Jeez
to buy a very
Louise.
own racing trucks.
Alright, we're retrying. And then once this part loads, then we're gonna retry. The one I was thinking of was in Forza Horizon 5. Ah, okay. One mistake. Could do with more joint ventures like automation and BeamNG. Would be nice. Yeah, I'm kind of eager to give Fortune Island a go. I still haven't tried it out, even all this time later. I don't know, I think its whole adventure theme feels like something that would absolutely fit my live 2D model, so probably why I haven't kind of jumped into that yet.
But what? A race it was.
Or do what the crew does and
Sir
let you
Henry's
import your cars from
courageous
earlier
driving
games.
forced Rudolph Caracciolo's 7-litre
Would be
Mercedes
nice, wouldn't it?
out of the race at the
Just let you
cost of his
import your
own
garage.
victory. But in doing so,
I wonder
he handed
how
the day to the Bentley
feasible that
Sixes,
would have been
a
to start
gentleman
from the
racer
360
indeed.
and go all the way to now the Series X. Probably not too bad since most of the titles are also on PC and Microsoft has their whole centralized account system thing down pat. But
Sir Henry knew he didn't have anything to prove. In 1929, the adventurer
anyone miss
Mrs. Mary Victor
the
Bruce
Forza
had
rewards?
already
Anyone
driven
missed
the
the Forza
resolutely
app?
modern 4.5
I remember
litre
checking into
at
that every week or
Montpellier,
so just so I would get
setting
my
distance, speed,
stipend of
and
credits,
endurance
right?
records.
And that was kind of like their
Bentley's
way to
performance so annoyed
give you
Ed
the bonus
Tully
items in
that he
the
called it
Forza games
the
too,
world's
right?
fastest lorry.
Like depending on what games you played and how far you got in them, you'd be able to get certain cars and cosmetic items.
The blower had the
Oh my
last
god,
word.
how close was I, or did I miss
Sold
it?
at auction for over £4
Oh
million
my
pounds.
god, 7/100ths of
More
a
than
second.
enough to buy a Veyron and a
Jeez
racing truck,
Louise.
if you're keeping score.
But yeah, the fact that crew just lets you bring your entire collection from 2 into Motorfest. And the best part is not a one-time thing, right? If you get new cars into crew too, it will then appear in Motorfest. It's like it's pretty neat, right? The only thing about it is that you can't stop, right? Once you opt into importing your collection, then it's gonna opt in forever.
Like I told them, can't make a film about car culture around here without you in it, can they? I'll let you know if they need you back.
Ooh, an autumn barn find. Yeah, sure, we'll do
Right.
that next.
I was out for an autumn walk yesterday, and I think I saw something. Something we need to find. As in now. Right now. Come on!
Yeah, alright, man. Oh, good, it's right there.
When
Okay.
it is safe to do
Don't have
so.
far to go. I do miss what they had in the other motorsport games, where your drivatar would appear in other people's races and earn you credits. Ah! I do miss that. Also, there was like that one mechanic in 3 where you could like hire on 3 friends to be like your PR crew, and like depending on their Horizon level, they would passively earn you credits. That was pretty fun too. It was nice though, right? Gave like the feeling that your drivatar was a character of themselves,
Arrived at your destination.
right? They were off doing things, appearing in other people's games, and giving them a run for their money, as it were. There was some fun to be had in that. Oh man, the lights going down. Wow. I'm surprised they put in animal sounds. I just hear the bah as you fly by the sheep. That's a nice touch. Also, the way they run away from the drone too feels appropriate. It makes this place feel a bit more alive, you know. I could rework the car club thing and make that mean something. Yeah, back when we were like super in the Horizon, my friends would just make like a personal car club for all of us to be in. We didn't do much with it. Admittedly, there wasn't much to do with it. I guess I can kind of sort of understand that. You don't want to make people feel like they have to join a club in order to get like 100% of the game, right? So you really can't do anything like tie exclusive cars or oh, there it is, cosmetics or anything like that. Like even putting icons or titles or whatever might be a bit of an annoyance depending on who you ask.
Where are you? Right, don't move. From what I've heard, this one is big.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't mind a custom badge for my club.
It's an Aston.
Would be nice.
A
They have
wee
that
gem
livery
of an
maker.
Aston.
They could probably
Maybe
make a
whacking great
localized
diamond
version of
an
that
Aston if it's the one I
that.
think. You ever heard of a Zagato? Right, let's get it out of here.
I'm pretty sure they already have like moderation teams in place that could look over the badges too.
Got a good feeling about this one. I'll meet you in the garage when it's done.
Well, we did it. We're back out in the open world. Let's say we do a few races. Let's see if there's any close by here we can do. Oh, there is a dirt circuit race. For the love of Pete, give us a foxhorn.
In 400
What the
yards,
foxhorn say?
turn left. Turn left.
Horns are fun.
200
I
yards,
can
turn left.
enjoy that they put
Turn
custom
left.
horns in the game, but yes, a bigger variety of horns would never hurt. Heard the rubber duck in the Windows XP one so much. XP one just fits, right? It's like a Microsoft game, and XP is like pretty fondly remembered.
In 400 yards,
Also, an
Turn
absolutely absurd sound for a horn. Why not throw that on there? I think rubber duck sound is just like one of those inherently funny things. It's like you hear it and you know you're in for a silly time.
you have arrived at your destination.
Alright, we're doing this not with supercars, that's for sure. The USB jingle, oh, that's mean. Alright, we're doing it. Oh, let's pick a vehicle anyway. Okay, we're switching to Trailcat. I'm pretty sure that has been a pretty effective tactic. USB jingle, Discord sound notification. I guess if Zoom does sounds, you could do that too. Glad Discord has a mute button, because that notification sound gets old fast if it's a busy server. Oh yeah, I learned about the mute button pretty quick when I got into an active server. I just saw notifications pop up one after the other, and the sound kept popping up, and I was like, oh god, how do I turn this off? And I looked up, was like, oh yeah, you can absolutely turn this off. I was like, ah, thank frick. Thankfully, I've either muted all the servers, or the ones I'm in aren't like that active, so it works out. Although, speaking of voice chat servers, I saw on Twitter not too long ago, apparently TeamSpeak is teasing a big update. Seems like they're getting a big visual overhaul to kind of include some of the stuff Discord has now. like communities and groups and what have you. Feels kind of weird, right? Especially since, what, Discord came out in, like, 2015, 2016? And then it took them 9 years to go, okay, maybe we should update ourselves. I'm feeling really confident about it, too. Extremely confident about it. It's like, to the point where their reply to the big update they teased was to the one of the questions on the Discord FAQ, how do I deactivate my Discord account? It's like, oh, okay. Wow. Wow, you really think it's gonna go that far? Huh, okay. I don't know. In times like those, I always like to think about that one TV series quote. That's like, you come at the king, you best not miss. Right, TeamSpeak is really going, yeah, we're taking them down. And now, well, they best not miss, right? This update better be everything they said it would be, and a jar of cookies. We used to use TeamSpeak when in convoys in Euro Truck Simulator. My friends and I used to use TeamSpeak way back in the day, like when we were playing Killing Floor 2, right? That was our primary means of communication. And then one day, my brother just said, hey, check out this cool new app that's got voice chat features and seems to be a lot cooler than TeamSpeak. Right, because TeamSpeak back then very much looked like an app of its time. Right, even in 2015 and 16, it was very much that sort of old school design. And Discord coming out looking, a bit more stylized, a bit more colorful. Certainly got a lot of people's attention that way. Gotta love the sheer number of GIFs and stuff on Discord, yeah. A lot of pictures, a lot of image macros and memes and what have you. Gotta admit, I use them a few times myself. Especially when they got like the button right there, right? The button that just goes, hey, here, go search this archive of GIFs and find the one that's appropriate for your situation and then post it. Always makes for fun reaction images. Alright, like, when Christmas rolls around and people say Merry Christmas, I can go like, alright, search for a GIF of Robot Santa from Futurama, and I can go Merry Christmas and then post a GIF of Robot Santa from Futurama, because, hey, it's funny, right? Like Futurama and Robot Santa. Tier are we at for dirt race? Tier 8. Getting up there.
Which leaves us with the 12
oh, what?
fastest,
wait, the gauntlet?
dirtiest drivers at Horizon to go up against the gauntlet.
Oh shit.
You've done well to get this far, and if you win this, you'll become Horizon's new dirt racing champion. Good luck.
We're hitting the end game, y'all. 1 out of 4 so far. Okay, we're close to the street race, so we can do that one next. Always like that one of the fox licking that window in the snow. Aww. Some animals do things like that. They're like, you see why they're doing it. But it's like, oh man, you could be so much more efficient. Oh god, why won't this go away? Let's just get in the race. You know what I've been watching recently? Just randomly? videos of cats failing to drink water from a faucet. It's always funny to see, right? You see cat try to drink water from a faucet, but it's like, oh man, it doesn't know how to position its mouth, and now the water is running down the side of its face. Look at it, aren't they so silly? It's like, ha ha, ha ha ha. Good times. Go away, I don't want to do Forza-thon live. Yeah, I gotta keep reminding myself that I want to swap out my top. So I can be like every stage business presenter ever. Just blazer, shirt, and pants. Well, I guess I'm swapping out pants for a skirt, but, you know. It's all about the style. Mix of style, right? It's like cat.exe has stopped responding, right? It's like having its head under the faucet and like, oh no, why can I not get water into my mouth? It always seems to be like the extreme end for the cats, right? It's like for every cat video that has a cat failing to drink from a faucet, you see other cat videos where they figure out how to get to places where they weren't meant to go. Or, you know, you see cats like tag team turning on a faucet. Right? It's like the faucet's off, but then you see one cat has figured out how to lift it so that the water turns on and the other cat can have at the precious, precious water stored within. Oh yeah, it's like when the doggos go nuts whenever you turn the hose pipe on. Oh yeah. It's like they know what's coming. About to get that water all in their face. It's fun. It's fun seeing them just like jump up and try to get what water they can. It was kind of fun when dogs start understanding certain things. Right? You always hear stories about how people will have to spell things out because dogs will know if they hear certain words that something's about to happen and they get really, really excited, right? And even then, they start learning, like, you know, what the letters are, and then they get excited by that. Or, you know, they're like in the car and they see certain places and they start reacting accordingly, right? You get close to the vet and then they start whining. It's like, oh no, not the vet, not the vet. Or you get close to Starbucks and they get really excited because like, oh man, I'm gonna get a little pupper cup. Yeah. Okay, that was a little too close. This fella beside me is cramped my style though. Okay, yeah, that won't do. I need to figure out how to block them. Some of them look so guilty when they've done something wrong, like a scolded child. Yeah. Yeah, when they let loose and they realize, oh no. Oh no. This looks messy. This isn't good. I actually had that happen to me once. Although not with dogs, it was with cats, but I was living with someone who had 2 cats, and they were very adventurous cats. We'd like hear them during the night. And then there was one night where I just heard like a really loud crash outside my room, so I just like opened it up, and I saw like a curtain rod was just completely collapsed to the ground, right? Because they had that, right? It was in the bathroom, and the curtain rod there just like completely fell to the ground. And in the middle of the whole mess, you saw a cat, right? The cat just like staring at me. It's going. Now you almost feels like, oh no, I've been caught. Eventually, the cat scurried off. I was left dumbfounded there for a bit, and then my roommate woke up, and they're like, they saw the mess, and they were like, oh, okay, you know what? We'll take care of that in the morning. Just go back to sleep. I'm like, all right. And that was a fun time. You know what? Since it's here, we might as well, right? Might as well have a go at the gauntlet. Complete one of the 4 pillars of racing here. Maybe we can concentrate a bit more fully on the other 3, right? Don't have to worry about dirt races too much unless they're close by and easy to accomplish. Yeah, it looks around at you just as if to say nothing. Yeah, you're looking around going, oh man, who was that? What? Where did this mess come from? Oh boy. What a terrible thing to have happened that wasn't done by me. Absolutely not.
In 400 yards.
That reminds me of that one meme I saw. That was like, just pretend you're part of the crime scene, right? It was like a litter box that had like the sand scattered all about. You saw like the cat in the middle kind of just like splayed over as if it was trying to play dead. As if it was like, oh man, something came through here. So, oh geez, this tornado somehow came through and scattered the dust everywhere. And oh no, I was caught up in it too. Ah.
Recalculating route. In 200 yards, turn right.
Ah, you know what's really fun? When you try to hide. You see a dog just like try to hide behind a curtain or something. Right, they just like put their head under a thing and act as if they're not there. It's like a kid when they try to hide, right? Like that sort of operate on the out of sight, out of mind principle. If they don't see you, you don't see them. If only that were how it worked in real life. A thing happened and yeah. It's like, yes, what of it? I had nothing to do with it, I swear. Ah, no. My sick combo. Ah, well. As the old saying goes, easy come, easy go. Little high, little low.
400 yards. Turn left.
Every way the wind blows doesn't really matter for me. For me. This is it. The gauntlet. Oh. Can I be the wizard? I always like being... Oh, no. I like being the elf. Can I be the elf? I like being the elf. Elf is fun. We'll stick with the old reliable trail cat. Let's just get it on. Start on the road, but immediately veer left as if, you know. Now, remember, this is a dirt... Oh, what? Okay. Did I turn too quickly? Whoops. Alright. Well, it's a great way to start, missing the very first checkpoint of the race. Yeah, I must have turned too sharply there. Whoops. Oh, we got it that time. Alright, this might actually be a bit of a battle. Oh no! We already got a wipeout. Oof. Hope they can recover. And who am I kidding? They will totally recover. They're a computer player. They will recover. The game will just plop them back on the track like nothing happened. Monster's wings wasn't enough to stay in the lead there. Haha. Maybe you should try another energy drink. Yeah, I got him. I got him so good. Boom. Eat it or drink it in this case. Haha. 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 Oh, from the way things are going, looks like this race will last 10 minutes, which is appropriate. It is an endgame race. It should be appropriately climactic. Take us on a dirt tour all around the UK. That's just how they should do it. It does make me wonder, like, how wild off cross-country is going to be. It's just going to have us going off tons of hills and doing all sorts of big grassy turns and everything. That'll be a fun time. Add mode. Do what you need to do. I will probably still be racing this race in the next minute. Actually, I shouldn't say probably, because I will be racing this race. There's no way I'm going to finish this race in the next minute. It'd be kind of weird if I did. Anyway, so there's a reason why the main game races have all these checkpoints, right? So when we hit the inevitable switchback section, it can actually make us go on a switchback, right? We can't just shortcut our way through it like we did in that one Horizon story. The way they just let you do that. I guess it's there. It's like, okay, if you want to do that, whatever, but if you also want to try it legit, we'll set the time to an appropriate time so you can try it that way. Yeah, that way you don't have to feel compelled to take the shortcut if you really don't want to. I think that's a fine way to do things, right? People want to complete it legit, they can. And if they don't want to, well, as long as the devs don't patch the loophole up, then sure, go for it. Sunset just adds to it. It is nice. It does feel like that sort of the final race of the day, right? This is like everything this was all leading up to. And now our finalists will enter the gauntlet. Right, 12 racers enter, and only one will come out victorious. Who will it be? Always something nice about a finals match, right? Or like watching the best of the best. The two top players of that particular tournament going head to head to see who will be the ultimate winner. Yeah, once it's over, go to the hospitality area for some well-deserved beverage and food. Yeah. Help yourself to that catering. Yeah, so, something about like food that's just offered to you that makes it better, right? You go to an event and it's like, yeah, we got these meals prepared for you, we got these hors d'oeuvres prepared for you, we got these finger foods prepared for you. Have at it. Enjoy. And even better, it's like when it's the end of the day and you're like stopping by the catering area one more time and they're like, hey, you just want to grab some food for the trip home? Just take it. We're not gonna keep it afterwards. If you're gonna eat it, then take it. I always like that, right? I always help myself to an extra lunch or two, or maybe a couple extra cookies or chips or whatever else they might have there, because it's like, hey, they said it was cool. Always tastes better when it's made for you. That is true, too. When you get, like, someone going around the offense, it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to have a catered lunch, like, next week. What do you want for it? And you can just, like, put in your request there. I mean, it's handy in that way, too, right? If you have, like, some sort of dietary restriction or allergy that you need to be taken care of, then you can kind of go through that. Right, as long as no one's being a dick about it. Oh yeah, someone comes in the office like, I did some baking, and brings out a huge tray of biscuits or cookies. That's also nice. Someone just like puts up some food in the lunchroom. Feel free to take whatever you want. I actually did that a few times. It was actually me just like unloading extra stuff I got. Like, remember how on Halloween I said I got like a bunch of the fruit style candies? Well, amongst that mix was like a bunch of gum. But I'm not much of a gum person, so I brought all the gum into work. Right, I just like put it on a plate and said, feel free to take whatever you want. And by the end of the day, all the gum was taken, so hey, cool, right? Hopefully whoever got that gum will put it to good use. We used to do that when it was someone's birthday at the office. They bring out a buffet of sandwiches and treats. There's one place I used to work at where every month they would bring in the cake, and we would celebrate everyone's birthday for that month. It was nice, especially nice since I eventually became like known as the person who could cut a cake really, really well. As long as you wanted me to cut it into like some number of pieces that was an exponent of 2, or a power of 2, I could do that for you. Yeah, I became known for that, just like someone who cut cakes like just super neat. To the point where someone thought I used to work for like catering or a bakery. But I never did. I have not worked in bakery or catering. I have worked in a fast food restaurant, but that's as close as I've gotten to like food service stuff. But yeah, birthdays, it's always fun when that rolls around because you know you're gonna have food, right? You're just gonna have food, and you might have extra food. And they might want to give you that food. It all comes together, right? It's like that one scene from Emperor's New Groove where Kronk's like, oh yeah, it's all coming together. Well, I had practice with that food truck game. Oh, cook serve delicious. Yeah. That series, it's a good one. I think they put out like a remastered version of Cook Serve Delicious 1 like not too long ago. Amusingly enough, they called it Remastered. How do you want to get that to go? Like, even if the only thing they did with Cook Serve Delicious 1 was just like give it all the quality of life improvements from 2 and 3, that would be more than enough. And who knows, maybe they'll do a Cook Serve Delicious 2 mask. I think it's been long enough they could do that, right? Although, if I remember correctly, they're also working on that other game in the series, Cook Serve Forever. I remember playing a demo of that in the Next Fest, like, a while ago. Unfortunately, I think it was, like, enough of a departure from the Cook Serve Delicious series that I...
absolutely dominated the gauntlet.
I didn't quite...
Man, I wasn't
quite
so
feeling
glad I
it.
spent 2 months putting that together. That performance made it all worthwhile.
And from the looks of, like, the overall reviews of it on Steam, it feels like people still aren't quite feeling Cook Serve Forever either. It's a bit of a shame. You'd hope they managed to pull something off, but unfortunately they're fumbling somewhere. Hopefully they can get it to
my
a
boy
decent
Jamie's
state.
been eager to get you behind the wheel of his cars. He wants to talk skill driving without having to drive at the same time. Go see him.
Now, is this more brag about cars part 3? Oh, skill streak. Okay. Maybe not that. Alright, well, that's that for the dirt. We're now a dirt champion, so how's about we tackle some other racing disciplines? Does that sound good? Where the heck are we?
Hey, rookie. Alex tells me you're back from the gauntlet and that you're Horizon's new dirt racing champion. Nice work. Just before you visit me in the Horizon offices, wipe your feet, will you?
Ha ha ha. Just wait till I go cross-country, Kira. You're gonna like me then. Oh. Well, if I'm all the way over here, let's just do that.
Around when it is safe to do so.
It's a street race, too, so we can make a little progress towards that. Alright. Yeah, 32% discount on fast travel now. Means I'm still not gonna use it. Always love it when 11 a.m. rolls around and support staff are like, doing a beverage and snack run, you in? It's always nice. That always feels nice. Someone just like pops by your office and goes, hey, we're gonna go out and get some food. You wanna come with? I usually tag along because it's like, hey, it's an excuse to get out of the office for a bit, right? Like, especially when you're working not from home, it's nice to try to squeeze out like every sort of extra hour you can to justify not concentrating on your work. Right? Sometimes you need to get a breath of fresh air, as it were. You know? Yeah, the offices can get stuffy. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna try to find these influence boards and smack them around. There it is. Offices, man. They're nice at times, but other times they can feel like an absolute curse. I mean, it's true what people say. Offices can feel pretty soul-draining at times.
You have arrived at your destination.
Go. Warner's Pass. And we're gonna go back to the Cyberpunk car. Because it is the Cyberpunk car. When I was working MPPI, that office didn't have windows. Oh, dear God. Ah. Yeah, that's the worst part, when you're unable to tell what time it is without looking at the clock anymore. It's just, you need that natural progression, right? The visual indication of the day going by. Especially with the drama and gossip. Oh my God, yeah. It's true, what some people say. It's like, yeah, sometimes Office does just feel like an extension of high school in ways. With the way some people can be at times. Did that say twerk stallion? Did I read that correctly? That was a Hoonigan twerk stallion. Eh. I don't know how to feel about that. Also, the fact that twerk was a thing in the late 2010s. I forgot that was ever a thing. It still exists, right? People still shake their butts. They just don't quite call it twerking anymore, I don't think. Huh, why did those cars not get registered? Was I too far away? That's usually how it goes. Aha, that car ran into the traffic. That's why you gotta keep your eyes on the road. One eye on the road and the other eye on your opponents. And you can create distractions for them even better. That'd be pretty hilarious. You just hit a car and you see traffic check 100. But this isn't that kind of game. They don't want to encourage that. Yeah, a little bit of air. A big jump. A big jump. You know, one of these days I'm gonna put that on Twitter. I'm just gonna put the big jump, and repeat that a few times. Some people really enjoy doing that. They just like typing out a short statement and then copy pasting it until they hit the character. Need to see if I can find like a Burnout Revenge gift and use that. Aha, nice try. You're gonna stay behind me. Stand by me. Or no, stand behind me. Pretend it's like Team Fortress 2, right? I'm the heavy. And you're the doctor. And you should get behind me, doctor. Oh, hey, that was the end. Let's go. A definitive finish. That gold shirt. I want that gold shirt the other guy's wearing. I feel like that would be a slightly better fit to my current fit.
You've rampaged into the next round of street scene. Seriously, all these racers are terrified of what you're gonna do next.
So many goddamn races in Edinburgh. I should make my way over there. Or maybe I should go hit up this street race since it's like right there. Yeah,
In
I'll do
100
that.
yards, turn right.
You don't say.
You have arrived at your destination.
Well, it's official, we're getting digital licenses this year to make things easier and be in line with the government's goal of making more services digital. Man, I don't know if that sits too well with me. As long as they offer up the physical option. You know, maybe not everyone has a smart device or might want a smart device or might have a smart device that's compatible with whatever app they might use for the digital license. There might be some instances where you might want a physical card, right? either you're going to be in a place where service is poor and you might not be able to access your digital license, and yeah. Said the UK government is launching the Government UK Wallet and app to simplify access to services and documents like digital driver's license, alongside reforms to public sector technology to save £45 billion in drive efficiency and the growth seriously baseball. Does sound like a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Like I said, as long as it's a supplement and not a replacement, but we know how this goes usually, right? Really isn't going to just phase out. Yeah, can only imagine the kind of uproar that would ensue if they tried that kind of thing in the US. Like some sort of national ID. I mean, we do have like an ID system of sorts, but it's like worse in our case because there are places around that are perhaps a bit more behind in tech than others, which might not be able to support like some sort of digital ID system. And yeah, that's the kind of thing that you really want to consider a lot, right? You don't want to just move everyone to it all at once, right? Speaking of digital brouhahas, it was like an article on a bunch of other places. Apparently Netflix is once again raising prices for their subscription services. It was kind of wild. I saw the price increase, right? It was like $1 for an ad-supported tier and then $2 for the ad-free tier, which doesn't seem that bad in a vacuum, but then you see like what the prices are. Apparently the prices go up to $9 for the ad tier and $26-27 for the free tier. And that's on top of all the price increases they've done over the years. And yeah, after a certain point, you just have to wonder, like, how much more can they keep getting away with this, right? At one point does the breaking point reach and everyone just like quits Netflix and Netflix finds themselves out a lot more money than they thought they would have. It's like the slow squeezing dry of the people when they totally could cut corners elsewhere, right? Like, I don't know. Does Netflix really need to build like a physical facility at places? I'm not sure if they do. Yeah. You're glad you quit Netflix when you did? Ugh. Top tier is £18 here for ad-free. Oh, man. Yeah, that's like a not insignificant amount of money, right? You could probably buy several video games with that, right? Like, depending on what kind of video games you get. It could be like 1 to 25 even. Probably get yourself a good amount of entertainment out of that. Speaking of subscription services, I need to go and cancel my Crunchyroll subscription. It's been a while since I've watched any anime on there. I was looking at it, right? I was looking at it and going, oh. Yeah, I could probably save myself a good chunk of money if I were to,
you know,
just maybe drop Crunchyroll for now.
Your destination.
Right? Maybe if I feel like watching a series later, I can catch it one way or another, right? It's kind of funny how all the alternative means for watching anime are coming back. Now that it feels like Crunchyroll's perhaps playing a bit too much hardball, right? It was like, yeah, if you thought the general populace wouldn't put up with BS, just imagine anime fans, right? They are even less tolerant to BS. And at least in this case, it's probably to their benefit. Oh, that's a solid wall, isn't it?
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Is this like a walled-off area? Is this a gated community? What dare they? Don't go hide in fast travel boards in here if you don't want me to be here. What do you mean? It's not there. Is it in here, maybe? Oh, wait, no, it is. The one open yard is where they stick to fast travel. Well, it's kind of them to open that one, at least. Alright, now I can bound across here and try to hit that other spot. Oh, okay, maybe we'll have to drive around. There's really no way through. Alright, fine. Top tier for Disney Plus is 13. Aw, man. Yeah, I know Disney Plus has its own share of price hikes as well, and people weren't happy about
400
that.
yards. Turn right.
But hey, where else are you gonna see your Disney shows if not there, right? It's not like anime where you can perhaps catch that other places.
200 yards. Turn right. Turn right. 200 yards. Turn right. Turn right.
I know I passed by a new cross-country event there, but we have this matter of a fast travel board to smack, so... Whoa! 40%! Oh yeah! Oh wait, it's because we were doing a cross-country event down here. Yeah, alright. All went down the toilet when they started with the tiers and the cheap ones being with ads. Yeah. Get ya hook line. That's how they get you, right?
Roundabout. Take the second exit.
It's like, oh yeah, look at us. We're the place in town with all the sweet Disney shows you remember, and then slowly they can turn up the heat. Start trying to fleece you for more and more money. Ugh. I just remember. I remember. I forget what the service was called, but there was this one other anime service that came out a while ago that tried to compete with Crunchyroll and Funimation, because that was still around back then. But I remember they tried throwing out their own subscription service as well, and one of the benefits they advertised was fewer ads, and I remember my friends and me making fun of that. It's like, wait, fewer? You mean not zero ads like Crunchyroll and Funimation? They were like, who's gonna pay for that? The irony of it all. Of course, back then it was easy because that was an alternate service and you could easily ignore it for Crunchyroll or Funimation. But now that Crunchyroll's kind of like the only anime distributor in the house, it's a bit harder to ignore. Well, not the only one. We still have High Dive, right? In the US anyway, we have High Dive. But apart from that, we don't have too many options. Oh, we got ads in a minute. This is pretty nice, though. It really gives you that feeling of just driving free, right? You're just tearing it up through the countryside. Roads where we're going, we don't need roads. We go where we want, how we want. Look, there's a ramp. Someone made a ramp. We can just fly over the water, over those buildings into the water and just drive ourselves to the beach. You like beaches? Yeah, we're gonna tear it up on the beach. Hey, check it out, beachgoers. We're doing some sick car stuff. Yeah. There's the finish line. Getting a little closer in the cross-country area.
Well, I was right. That Aston's a DB4 Zagato. Stop by the garage when you can. This one's a beauty.
Okay, what do we have next? Road races nearby. We can do that one. It's been a minute since we've done road races. Probably afford one. Question there, but I'll wait till after ads and then we'll cover that.
When it is safe to do so.
In the meantime, we'll just go and smack some boards. It's like that one Chemical Brothers song, right? That was just like... second thought, never mind that.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
There you are. I do have a narrow enough car to fit through there, although I probably could have gone through the other side, but oh well.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Little park. Small park. Small SML, right? Almost got a third of it.
Recalculating route.
Just a few more roads here. Oh, go back to ads. You gonna hit up AX this year? Probably not. I don't know. That might be a bit too much con for me.
When it is safe to do so.
I hit up a con, it'll probably be like a smaller one.
In 100 yards.
I don't know.
Turn left.
If I were to go to an anime con these days, it would be to just walk around the place, right? I'll just walk around the place, maybe take pictures of any cosplayers I think were cool, and hit up the gaming area every now and then. Same with the dealer's room and the artist's alley. I used to do panels semi-frequently, but I fell off of that after a while. I don't know. Something about it didn't quite grab me anymore. Also, I'd have to go with, like, other people. I don't know if I could do it as, like, a solo endeavor. I feel like having people around to talk about the happenings of the day would probably help me along on that regard. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, Cyberpunk car, we'll keep driving that. after a while, a lot of the panels can be a bit samey. There is that, yeah. Yeah, it's just like either game shows or anime 101 or deep analysis of a series or, you know, certain trends in anime. Even if the series and the references change, you see enough of them and you can start spotting patterns and stuff, right? You're like, yeah, this is like that other one. Which, you know, sometimes it's fun, other times it's like, well, you know, there's other ways I can spend my time, and even that starts to kind of wear thin, you know? It's like, even though I haven't been to an anime con in like 6-7 years now, actually. Yeah, it would have to take something like monumental for me to come back, because like at the very least, no one close to me I know actually goes to anime cons anymore. So maybe if I find someone who does, I might, right? But that would be a long shot. Yeah, most of my friends and family are like more likely to do gaming cons now, right? Your PAXs and your Gen Cons and things like that. More likely to do something like that now. And hey, that's pretty cool, right? Because I'm also into video games and board games and stuff, so it all works out. We can all have our fun there. You know, even then, they don't make it like an all-day affair, right? They're just like, yeah, we'll go there for a little bit, and then we'll go explore the town. Which, hey, you know what? Fair, right? You're going to a place you don't normally go to. Might as well see other places of it, right? While you can. And it lets me have a bit of fun, too, right? I know I've said this before, but part of the fun for me is just like walking around town in cosplay, right? Just let the town know, hey, there's an event going on. Have fun with that. Even better was like there were several instances where we were walking around town and someone like calls out to me. It's like, hey, can I take a picture of you? There's one moment I specifically remember because it was like an older older Spanish woman who was trying to ask, right? They were trying to ask me like what character I was from. Eventually, their kid had to like translate for me, right? You know, I told them the series I was from, and then they just like replied to their mom. Yes, they are from El Videojuego, right? They didn't say the series name. I was like, okay. Yeah, that was like one of my more memorable moments of con going. I did still enjoy it. It's like, yeah, the influence reaches far and wide, right?
What I quite like about your style of driving is that I can prepare each of your qualifying rounds so far in advance. New events have been added to your schedule.
Man, so many of these events are like congregated around certain areas. And on the other hand, we have like this big old spot here, which has not that much. Granted, this is like a highway, so you probably wouldn't put too many events on this zone, but yeah, I don't know, there's like a few places here you could probably slap a few events, maybe space here. I don't know. Maybe you just wanted to pick like a reasonable start spot or something. Alright, where are we? Oh! We're like right on top of a street race. Why don't we do that? Oh yeah, the joy on people's faces when you take a picture of them. I've certainly had that happen too, right? I just go up to someone, hey, can I take a picture of you? Like, wait, really? Me? They're like, yeah. I like your costume. Your character's cool. 2 cons for you this year. Alright. Yeah, cons are that's the other thing about cons. You have to plan them out. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, right? You gotta make trip plans. You gotta make hotel plans or room plans. Something if you're staying there for a few days, and of course food plans and the con itinerary itself. And if you do want to go around town, maybe make plans for that too. And then you gotta put aside all the money for that, and of course block out all the time for that. Make preparations for that one way or another, right? You gotta schedule your off days, maybe find someone to cover your shifts if you need to. Make sure you got all your projects in order before you go, right? A lot of prep work you gotta do for a con. And I imagine, depending on how much you can take, right? That's like that can take a lot out of you. That might mean you can only do like so many cons a year. For the second one, a lot of planning because it's in the US. Oh man, so you gotta fly across the pond too. Oh man. Yeah, that's like a whole extra layer of things you gotta deal with. Right? It's like international travel is quite the beast. Yeah, it's something about, at least for me, right? Something about just like going to a different country just makes me want to be on my absolute best behavior, because it's like, oh boy, right? You want to make sure you respect their customs and their laws and everything. You don't want to try to cause any sort of incident that could be easily avoided if you know how to behave there, It's like, yeah. Oof. Ah, you'll be in Pittsburgh. Guessing they have a fursuit con there. That would be pretty cool, though. I've heard Pittsburgh is like a pretty nice place. Biggest con of the furry calendar? Ah, all the more reason to go there. Well, I hope you have fun there. I'm sure you've got all your plans laid out. I guess that's the other thing about cons too, right? You want to have backups ready, right? Just in case like something goes wrong one way or another, you have like an alternative plan that you can get rolling as soon as possible, right? Like either your method of travel breaks down, or some event happens that causes the con schedule to change, or your room situation changes. You just got to be ready for that, right? Can you imagine like someone say doing cosplay or a guest appearance or something of that sort? It's got to consider a lot more things as well. Almost 20,000 there last year. Whoa. Quite the size. That's always a fun time, right? When your con puts out the attendance numbers and it's like, ah man, they're growing. On the flip side, it can feel like a harbinger, right? It can feel like an omen of things to come if the numbers aren't quite what you hoped they were. Yeah, just having that many people around could be overwhelming, yeah. That's the one where you hope the staff has everything down pat, right? They know how to manage traffic, how to keep people in order, how to make sure everyone's lined up properly, and everyone goes where they need to go, and they can assist as many people as they can and everything. It needs to be a well-oiled machine, right? Street scene, round 8. Air horn? Not the air horn. Ah, jeez.
Last round of street scene, yeah? After this, we make the
Oh.
final round of eliminations, and then after that, something big is coming.
Oh, okay. We're getting pretty close to the end of the street path as well. But hey, I see fast travel boards here. Why don't we go smack some of those around, huh?
My tour guide last week told me about a classic car lying around in a barn somewhere here. Yes, I go on guided tours. What's wrong with that? Be surprised how much you learn.
You know, no judgment. Hey, if you like tours, more power to you. And as you said, you can learn something from it, so... if it's something you enjoy, then do it. Keep us entertained at LineCon for registration and badge pickup. That's the mark of some superb staffers. Yeah, I do remember the one con I went to where the staff was absolutely top-notch at keeping all the guests entertained. Right, we were all lined up for a panel, and you know, it was like maybe an hour or two before it started, and yeah, they were there. They were on top of their game, right, keeping us all amused as long as they needed to. They knew what they had to do. Another one, or is this the one that you were shouting out? Okay. Wow. Luckily, it's like right along the path, so I can get the travel boards and then head over to the barn find area. Yeah, what was like the most memorable experience you've had, like waiting in line, right? what happened? What did the staff do, or you know, what did the people in line do if they were the ones that did something? It's like times like those, right? The times that aren't scheduled, that are like more off the cuff, more improvised, that you remember fondly as well, right? Right. There's something memorable about a good scheduled event, but there's also something memorable about a good unscheduled event,
At your destination.
right? When everyone like manages to band together and just do something cool or something funny. I missed that board. It's okay, I didn't miss by much. Whack! Oh, we're almost halfway there. 50%, almost 50% off fast travel. Oh, there's one over there, but yeah. It's a little bit out of the way.
When it is safe to do so.
Over there. 4-hour queue, people were getting restless. They handed out snacks and water, we had a sing-along, and then some fursuiters turned up, handing out sweets and had a dance. Ah. Sounds pretty cool. Yeah. Everyone who's handing out stuff, MVPs. Because self-care is important, right? Like, being at a con isn't going to do you much good if you're out of it for a good
You
part
have
of it.
arrived at your destination.
It's like why people also strongly recommend, hey, make sure you carry around like some way to hydrate yourself, and maybe some way to have a snack too, if you can. Yeah, the dance too. That certainly gets people's attention. Little flash mob style event never fails. Well, rarely fails. I mean, it can
At
fail,
the
but
roundabout, take the third exit.
most of the time, even if it is
In 100
half-assed, it
yards,
tends to
turn
turn
sharp
out alright.
Recalculating route.
Although, speaking of snacks, I saw this on Colbert the other night. Apparently, Progresso made soup
400
candy,
yards, turn right.
right? It's like soup, but in candy form. Yeah, I'm about as weirded out by it as you probably are. Right, that one would be ripe for the Jurassic Park quote. Like, you thought long and hard about if you could. You forgot to ask if you should. It was funny because Colbert actually, they actually got some of that for him to try it, right? He like took one of the candies out, stuck it in his mouth, and was like, yeah, that is some candy, and then he just like spit it into a napkin. I'm like, sounds like just about what I would do probably. Like I'm cool with trying out weird things, right? I like a good out there flavor every now and then, but soup candy might be a bridge too far. Oh wait, what? I know, right? that was about my reaction too. Like, why? What? And then why? Like, they must have done that just for kicks, right? I don't think their audience is people who want candy. It has to be like people who want the really, really odd stuff. Like I could think of like maybe one use for it, and it's like a variant on the whole Bean Boozled thing you see, right? With the Jelly Belly and their disgusting flavored jelly beans. You could do something like that. Although, at the very least, I imagine soup candy is probably like slightly more tolerable than barf flavored jelly bean, for example. Yeah, sounds like it's up there with the other novelties like the weird sodas, barf, or bacon. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Jones's Thanksgiving sodas. It's like, yes, Thanksgiving dinner, but in soda form. You like mashed potatoes, but what if you were able to drink it? Oh, yeah, you like turkey and gravy. Well, now you can have it in a fizzy carbonated form. Doesn't that sound delectable? I think I remember an old video I watched where someone actually had like a ranch soda, right? They brought it in and dared everyone else there to drink it. And they made it like part of a game where it's like, all right, we'll play a multiplayer game and person in last place has to drink it. And nobody liked that soda. It's like, ranch is... right? Some people already don't like ranch, but now to put it in a soda form, they're like, ugh. Wasn't there a pumpkin pie soda too? Probably. To be honest, that's probably like the least offensive soda because at the very least, pumpkin pie is like something of a sweet treat. So, pumpkin drink might not be as bad. Right? It's like if they were to make like a cranberry sauce soda. Right? We already have like cranberry drinks, so if they were to make like a cranberry sauce soda, it would probably be the most bearable of sodas out of all the sodas, right? You know what I'm surprised by? They only ever did, like, Thanksgiving sodas. I would have thought they would have tried other holidays, like... Could you imagine, like, a summer barbecue-themed soda set? Right, you just get, like, your grilled steak soda, and, your baked potato soda, your french fries and potato chips soda, the macaroni salad soda... second thought, never mind. You have a mustard soda? Oh, jeez. Mustard drinking is a dare. Like, why? If If I remember correctly, I remember reading somewhere that Japan has like a drinkable mayonnaise. you just like, they have mayonnaise in a drinkable form, right? As if, you know, drinking mayonnaise wasn't already a dare. And I know Japanese mayonnaise is different, right? Like, I know a lot of people swear by Kewpie mayonnaise and really, really, really like it, but even so, still. We have a sweet corn soda, damn right we do. Probably all sorts of other weird sodas out there too. I remember Surge, right? That used to be like a big deal when I was a kid. It was like Mountain Dew, but more extreme, and I remember always grabbing a can when I can. And then eventually it just like fell off for one reason or another. But then they brought it back, right? They brought it back for like a brief moment. You could like order like pallets of it from Amazon. I never did capitalize on that. I really don't regret it. Butter soda. All we need to do is just deep fry that, right? We just deep fry that, and I think we'll have a nice compressed bit of Americana there. Where the hell is this barn? I feel like I've swept this area a few times, and I still must be missing something. I just need like an isolated, rusted out structure to be found. Granted, I feel like I'm hanging near the edge a lot. I should probably work my way inwards, perhaps. Buffalo wing. I'm not surprised that's a thing. I keep on going through here. Barn find is obviously not going to be here. Keep on forgetting I have turbo load. Ow. It's a good thing this drone doesn't break. Keep on going through the wooded areas here. It's like, surely they would hide a barn in there, right? Probably wouldn't put it by a road. That would be too obvious. I think I've gone through this stretch of woods like several times now. I wish I could, song. I wish I could. I wish I could let the senses be my mind. Unfortunately, all I've got is this drone. Has limited barn detection ability. And limited board detection ability, for that matter. There's my vehicle there, and there's a big old stretch of open field that obviously does not have a barn. Now I'm just like looking out really far. It's like, okay, can I see this barn from a distance maybe? From a distance. I don't know anything else about that song. Sorry. Oh, now I'm outside the range. It's obviously not outside the circle. Outside the circle. Here's a wooded area that feels like it would be a good spot for a barn. Oh, we have ads coming in a minute. This barn find means everything to me song. Granted, it's not a seasonal barn find, so I could let it go for a bit. But I don't wanna. I'd just be kicking the can down the road, as it were, you know. The heck, we're back in civilization. Alright, we have ads in a few seconds. I was gonna start talking about something, but I realized, oh, won't be any one around to talk about it, so I will wait. I will wait for a little bit. So I've returned to the train yard. Yeah, don't mind me enjoying the tunes. Yeah, jam out. Jam out to it for a bit. Enjoy a bit of reprieve from the racing. A little bit of a wind down, right? A little bit of an intermission. Oh, hey, let's get this board on the map. On top of a tower, so I don't know if I'll ever get that. You know, there are still some boards of Forza Horizon 5 that I haven't smacked into yet. It's a precious few, but they're like the ones that are really out of the way and have to do like a specific jump from a specific spot. And do so from a specific angle, with a specific speed, right? You gotta have all the stars line up, and it's a lot to ask for. For experience too, that perhaps doesn't quite mean as much at this point, right? Not 2 years later. I'd only be doing it for completion's sake. And maybe I should. Just see how to do it, get it out of the way, so I can finally cross it off my list. Oh wait, I thought that was something, but no, that's just a not barn structure. That's the thing with these barns, right? They're always out of the way, right? They're usually isolated. They're rarely next to something else. So if you do see like signs of civilization or some cluster of buildings somewhere, you can kind of cross it off your list, because barn probably isn't there. Feels like a prime spot for a barn. I don't know, trees here are kind of dense enough you could probably hide a barn in here, right? Edge of the train yard. Alright. It's around here. Wait a minute, maybe I haven't looked around here as closely as I should have. Yeah, at this point, I would welcome tips. Yeah, I've been here for a bit. Oh, wait, no, I'm outside the radius. So it's not over at this portion of the train yard. Oh, is that it? No, we're outside the range again. Wow. Is it in this wooded area? Well, by golly. Ah. There we go. Thanks for the tip. Now, we can go... Well, we'll smack this board, and then we'll get our barn find, and then we can... back to racing. What the heck? I didn't hit the reverse button. Why did it just like suddenly bounce back? It's like it hit a reverse booster or something. It's like an invisible reverse booster. That was pretty odd.
If you found it, I'll be there in a tick. You have? Yes! Don't you dare open it without me.
The tick, you say?
Will you look at that? It's a Spitfire. Not the plane, obviously. It might not look it now, but this car was a masterpiece of British design. Makes you proud.
Too bad it wasn't featured in that one story. Or was it? The hell? That so looked like you hit rewind. I know, right?
All this talk of Britain is giving me wanderlust.
A bit weirded out by it too. It's like, wait, did I accidentally press the button? Turns out, no, I didn't. I just hit debris in such a way it automatically reversed me. Oh, why don't we go up there? Why don't we go up to the mountains and do some cross-country racing up there, since we're over here anyway. One thing about streamer mode is that
400 yards.
the amount of songs you can listen to are like really cut down. I mean, at least the songs that are remaining are pretty nice ambient tunes, but yeah, you start recognizing them. All right, time for some cross country. Back in the Baja Bug. Alright, I swear, I need to maybe put a reminder in my calendar or something. Download the DLC cards. At least you can have a bit more of a choice when you go race, right? Nice thing I like about sprint races is that for the most part they're likely to be shorter than like your circuit races. Right, like most circuit races, like even the shorter ones will usually put you at like 5 to 6 minutes, but sprint races, it's almost like they didn't design it to be like 5 to 6 minutes in mind. So I feel like if they were 5 to 6 minutes long, they'd probably take you halfway across the map. I probably don't want to do that. It's like most sprint races, like 1 to 2 minutes, and you can kind of get in, get out, and be cool. Right? You'll still get full credit for completing them. Yeah, big fan of sprints, one and done. Right? You just go through the course once. Have to worry about seeing the same scenery 2 to 3 times on average. My goodness, that card has something. They're out for me. They're like, I will destroy Azure, but even if it costs me my life. Oh, dang, that's a finish right there. Okay. Gotta make sure they don't pull ahead of us. Okay, we're good. We're good. No chance of catching up. First place. Oh wow, that fell on the left. Interesting mix of outfits there. It's like the fancy waistcoat, and then you got the puffy jacket and like snowboarder pants. Reminds me of Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. Right, his style is a suit and armor, right? He's wearing a suit under all his armor.
Here we go.
It's kind of funny.
Our final
Oh snap!
12 drivers versus the Titan. You've never seen competition like this, or had this much country to cross. If you want to become the cross-country champion, you'll have to beat the rest. So, you ready?
Wow, another endgame race. Once we get done with that, we can focus on street and road. Well, we can make our way there, right? We'll just complete other races along the way.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. Arrived at your destination.
Let's see, this is a street race, so we're gonna pick the cyberpunk car. Unrelated note, I saw Walmart updated their logo. Well, it was on Colbert, and for good reason, because it turns out the update they had to their logo was just like making it look thicker and maybe smoothing out the corners a little bit. That was it. But other than that, you would only be able to notice the difference if you put them side by side like Colbert did. It was pretty funny because with the Word logo, he was like, oh man, they sure took this logo in a bold new direction. I'm like, yeah, I see what you did there. Good one. It really was a good one, though. I was a pun of the silliest order, but it worked. It worked for the situation. We said this already, but logos are a pretty good example of look at how they massacred my boy, right? Imagine all those memorable decorative logos of the past, and most of them have just changed it to, hey, look at this thing we typed out in Microsoft Word in like 5 seconds. Can be a bummer sometimes. I think, didn't PayPal do that recently, right? They changed their slightly more stylized PayPal logo into something that was just the word, and people were making fun of that. It was like, wow, look at this logo I made, and it was like just them typing out their name in a word processor and like the most basic of fonts, and that was pretty funny. What is with companies recently changing their logos? It's weird sometimes, right? It's like, sure, there's something to be said about a logo that's like over-designed and really garish, but it does feel like a lot of folks have kind of swung too far in the other direction, or making like logos that are just way too sleek and simple, right? Like, you gotta get into something, right? Something to give it like a little visual identity, you know? Yeah, that's why I can appreciate vtuber logos. Even if some of them do kind of fall into the over-designed category, at least they're decorative, you know? At least they stand out. They did Pringle Guy dirty. Y'all remember when that Pepsi design document got leaked? Right, and then they had like the various forms of their circular blue and red Pepsi logo, and one of them looked like a guy smiling, and people kind of goofed on that for a bit. Those are fun times. It's always fun when you see like internal documents like that leak. It's like, wow, these people, do they really think this way? Like, nobody in polite society thinks this way, but they do. It's almost, it's like a horrifyingly fascinating read at times, right? Kia's looks like some font they downloaded from defont.com. Like I said, you gotta give us something, right? Like a shape, a symbol, anything, right? Anything that's more than just the name of company. That would be greatly appreciated. Alright, that's another one done. Let's see what's next. Don't have to worry about cross-country. It's been a bit since we did a road race. Why don't we go do that? We can do a street race, and then we can do the cross-country championship, and yeah.
Turn left.
Looks like a good plan of action. To be honest, I don't think we've been in the city too much yet, right? Like a handful of races, the Cyberpunk event, and maybe a story chapter here and there, but we haven't done much racing in the city proper, so do a little bit of that now, and then maybe do a lot more of it next week. So we do have the street and the racing tiers to climb. Or street and road.
Arrived at your destination.
Yeah, we'll keep with this because that lets me keep on driving the Cyberpunk car. I like how I call it the Cyberpunk car and not the Turbo R VTech, the 2058 Quadra. You know, that might be the slight bummer for me. Horizon 5 didn't get more fictional cars. Granted, Horizon 4 didn't get that much. I think it was, what, just the Final Fantasy 15 Cyberpunk and the requisite Warthog, but 5 only has the Warthog. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm surprised they never put in, like, a Gears of War vehicle. I feel like that would almost be like a slam dunk. It should, I don't want to say definitively, but I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to put in there, right? Like, Microsoft owns the Gears of War series. They imagine it wouldn't take too much for them to go, hey, we want to put a Gears of War vehicle in here and just get that done, you know? That being said, at least Hot Wheels has managed to keep Hot Wheels cars, and even in 4, when there was no dedicated Hot Wheels expansion, they still had Hot Wheels cars in here, so that's pretty cool. A Wacky Races car pack would be super fun. Ah, yeah, that would be pretty cool. be interesting to see how they would implement that, right? It's like, would they try to do like some sort of cell shading style to maybe make it truer to the cartoons, or would they like try to do a realized version of it, which would end up looking uncanny anyway? I feel like it could go either way, to be honest. Although on the subject of wacky races, there was a video game for it, right? I remember that being a thing. There was like a game for it on Dreamcast or something like that. I remember it because it was like pretty unique as far as sort of the kart racing style of game goes, and people seem to enjoy what they put out there. Of course, it was like the only game of its ilk, so. Okay, why is first place just like able to keep ahead for so long? There. Cut him off at the pass. Hopefully, the odds. Oh, I guess, some of the Horizons did have Fast and the Furious. Yeah, Horizon 4 did have the James Bond car pack. Horizon 5 had a lot of Back to the Future cars, and was it Jurassic Park? And another series I forget at the moment. Cars from Jason Statham's Death Race. Any sort of, crossover car, right? That would have been fun. Well, we did it. Sure am rocking the house. Oh, the other barn find's ready. Nice. Okay, well, we'll hit up this street race.
Come on, come down and collect your restored triumph so I can head out.
Haha, you head out? I'm sorry, where do you think you are? Ooh, it's taking a while to load this one. Oh, they made it. Ah, you know what? Are there any vehicles from Mad Max that would fit in here? I'm thinking like any sort of post-apocalyptic punk vehicle might be fun to at least see in here. It probably looked like a demolition derby car, if anything. That might be fun. Any car from any of the Top Gear road trips overseas. Considering like how much of a crossover they had going with Top Gear, that would have been a good pick, yeah. Well, they do have the Ford Falcon XP. That was the base for Mad Max's car. Ah, okay. I'm sure if I looked in the livery shop, they probably would have had one that tried to emulate that style. That feels like it would be inevitable. Okay, I don't get it. Why is... I'm trying to press Y to rewind, but for some reason it just does not seem to be taking. What happened? I'm pretty sure I didn't change the difficulty or anything. Yeah. What the heck? Can I just restart that? I need to look at the difficulty settings. Something was off about that. No, rewind was on. I don't get it. I'm pretty sure I didn't see a pop-up that was like, hey, you want to raise the difficulty? But even then, raising difficulty wouldn't turn off rewind. This is like some weird situation that was like, no, we can't. If we let you rewind here, we just end up destroying the universe or something. Maybe that's it. Ridge or Rage Racer crossover. That'd be pretty neat. Crossover with another racing series would actually be pretty awesome. Ah, you know, it would be especially awesome if they like put in some cars from like Burnout or. I was gonna say Split Second, but that's actually never going to happen. Sadly. Yeah, for some reason, this place just does not let me rewind. All right, fine. I guess this is the limitation they've put on me. Someone's put in a chrono jammer. I can't use my time powers. I must win this race using actual skill. No. That's a turn. Okay, quarter of the race to go. Only one person to catch. I can do this. You can't say press to rewind and then not let me rewind. Freaking what? How does that even make sense? This has got to be like a technical limitation. Like if they let me rewind here, just something catastrophic is gonna happen. Right? It's like that Weird Al song, Virus Alert. Everything just goes wrong, and it even spreads out to real life, right? Legally changes your name to Greg and, I don't know, causes a monsoon in your living room. I forget how the actual lyrics went. I want to read up on this. I was like, okay, so why is it that the rewind is a lot more spotty when you get inside the city? Someone must have compiled the document of this, right? And if I had to hazard a guess, it's probably related to like the reason why restarting a story chapter from the results menu ends up taking way longer and might actually cause you to fall through the earth in certain circumstances. Probably just like something about the way this game is and something about the way PCs can be, and maybe it's related to Steam too. Maybe it's like something like the way Steam is, that just the perfect storm of things that just causes the mother of all errors to happen. A lot of buildings to render and stuff. Yeah, that could be part of it. Yes. I missed that checkpoint again. God, fuck me. I thought, yeah, that's what I get for cutting corners too much. Yeah, there is a lot of that, a lot of debris to knock around. You know, more traffic that you might have to generate because you are in a city. How to make sure they're all in their proper lanes and everything. pretty complex city too, right? Not just buildings, but twisty, turny roads, a lot of different kinds of structures around, and roads and surfaces and everything. A lot of different things you have to put into a compact space now. It would make sense that this place alone would require a lot more power to render and everything, yeah. Alright, I just have to remember. Don't cut corners too hard because you might miss a checkpoint. Alright, as long as I'm ahead, I can stay on the racing line and hopefully keep them at bay. Right, so the moment I deviate, the moment I go too fast around the corner, that trouble starts happening, yeah. The other thing about street races is that you do have to contend with traffic. It's not like your official races where they can clear the road, set up barriers, and make sure everything's out of the way. Nah, you gotta deal with the common folk. And that's what makes it so exciting, you know? It's like obstacles on the road. Oh good, I just touched a checkpoint. We're good. So far. As long as they don't miss another checkpoint. I'm just like Star Wars right now, right? Stay on target. Stay on target. Hopefully I can shake the other racers. Or at least keep them at bay enough that I can cross this finish line first. Which I have! Yeah, let's go. Alright. Oh, ads. You probably missed the thrilling conclusion. Well, you missed the conclusion. It was one of the conclusions of all time, you might say. Ooh, wow, we ended up here. Alright. One more race, shall we? Let's do one more race. We'll do the Titan, we'll become the cross-country champions, and then, I think that'll be a night, right? That sounds like a good night. One long race to conclude things. I gotta admit, the championships came up sooner than I thought they would. I thought they would have shown up at like rank 20, but I guess conceiving that many races in each category, each of the 4 categories, might be a bit of an ask, right? And making them all feel somewhat unique too. I guess it would track that the championships would appear around rank 8 or 9. Everyone, hope you got some okay ads, or you got yourself your refreshment while ads were running.
In 400 yards, you will arrive at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
I got yourself some flavored water, as you should. I like a good refreshment myself. And since it is cross country, I guess we can do the let's do the rally fighter. I'm really glad I went out to my usual store and got all the sodas I could before the cold snap hit. So I can at least have myself a good supply of drinks. And hopefully things will warm up at least slightly. Like at the very least not be freezing. That'd be appreciated. Stocked up on water this morning? Heck yeah. It's always important to have your drinks ready. Whatever drinks they may be. I mostly do sodas, but I enjoy a good juice here and there as well. And maybe like a tea drink. Those are always alright. You can tell it's cold because some of your water turned to slush at the top. Oh man. But it's just get like that slight layer freeze. It's like, oh boy. Oh man. Okay, I have a feeling these folks are gonna give me a run for my money. I've always wondered why hitting those hay bales is like an instant combo ender. Considering you can like smack them around like you know, cardboard boxes, it seems weird that they would cause you to drop your combo like that. Alright, I'm beginning to question my choice of vehicle for this event here. Getting past those folks is fine, but I gotta get through the top half here. Probably because they're dense bales. I mean, yeah, there. Like if you do hit into them when they're stationary, you do get like enough of a momentum loss, right? It's not a huge one, but it's enough to make you feel like, yeah, this is probably not meant to be run into. It is a little annoying, though, when they're in the middle of the field, right? You're just trying to joyride and build up a sick combo, and then you just, like, run into hay bale, and I was like, aw, oh, man. Although I guess it kind of beats the random rocks that would just jut out in Mexico in 5. Those are always annoying. It's like at least you can anticipate hay bales. You can't quite anticipate a knee-high rock that just somehow brings your car to a screeching halt. Farmers be all, you damn Horizon racers, right? Spent all month coiling up those hay bales. Those were gonna be for the livestock. You've ruined our food output. Now you've put all of England at risk. This is right through the electrical tower. Yo, rookie, hit that big-ass ramp. You know, I'm pretty sure this game lets you change your moniker, right? Because I remember them letting you do that in 3, and obviously they only do it in 5, so I don't see why they would take it out for this game. Just have it swapped it. Yeah, you can. I figured as much. I just didn't bother to find the menu, is all. Gonna have to... Oh, wait. Not yet. Okay. We're gonna have to jump! There's just something about big air that just really feels super exciting. I guess it's like the uncertainty of the landing. It's like, oh man. Especially if it's like the kind of game that lets you build up a bunch of boost while you're in midair, and then you just get to use all that boost when you finally land. It's like, oh yeah. It's all coming up rookie. Oh my god, I just noticed I still have a person close behind me. Who are you people? Oh wait, you're my opponents. Never mind. If only this were a story, I could just like skip across this whole part and get to the finish line right here. But no, I gotta go through these checkpoints. Especially if you hit the ramp at an angle. Oh yeah. That's when things get real uncertain. Oh my god, and there's the fella right there. To advance on me. Now we gotta make sure they remain cut off for this last 7% of the race here. It's like 300 would say, right? Give them nothing, but take from them everything. Ooh, are we gonna get a cool big air finish? I mean, you could go around, but why would you do that? Probably because it's more efficient that way. Woo! Alright. Huh. That race was like a lot shorter than the dirt race. Only 6 minutes.
Down, and we have a new cross-country champion.
Although I guess if you are making a
racing out
unique
there.
cross-country
Well done.
track,
You earned it.
it's probably not much you can do. Boy, can't wait for the street and road race championships. I imagine those are going to be extra long. Like, they have to send us all around the UK for that one, right? There's no way they wouldn't do that.
Hey, rookie. Congratulations on finishing the Titan and becoming Horizon's new cross-country champion. Between you and me, I always knew you had it in you.
I was hoping she would have a snappy one-liner for me becoming cross-country champion. But I guess she already spent it on the dirt race for Mark. It's like, alright, we'll give him some encouragement, and that'll be good. Alright.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Sorry, little lambs, but I have a home to go to. Because I did get that shirt that I want to change into. I don't think I got any other clothing items, did I? Or if I did, they didn't stand out as much.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Needs an option to change the GPS voice. That would be pretty fun. Like, let us pick Microsoft Sam if we wanted to. Imagine Microsoft Sam directing
Turn left.
directions for us. That would be hilarious. Get the Eliminator guy doing it. Oh yeah, make our every drive
You have
epic,
arrived at
right?
your destination.
You have returned to the Lake Lodge. Alright, first order of business. Let's get our barn find vehicles. Alright,
They
we
made
got
19 of these. Just 19.
Really?
That's it. Last time one came up for auction, it went for nearly £10 million.
holy crap!
Not a bad find for a couple of chums and a walk in the woods, eh?
And how in the world did it end up there? Who in the world just like shoves 10 million pounds in worth of car into a barn, just lets it rust? How irresponsible is that? I mean, even if you like, take value out of the account, it's like, man, that's like a piece of history right there. It's a 1960s car, for goodness sake. All right, let's see what they have to say about Spitfire.
Well, as a native plane, the Spitfire may have won the war, but as a car, it made it worth living in peacetime. Off you go and get the wind in your hair. I'll be right behind you.
Huh. Not much about the car itself, but at least he made a beautiful metaphor out of it, right? Alright, and... one more thing. Alright, tops. Yeah, there we go, biker jersey. Oh yeah, look at that. I am like 2%. The fuck? You can barely see any of the blue. God. Okay, what if I just like wear a strawberry parka instead? Yeah. Yeah, it's so much more stylish. Ow, hell yeah. And unless I get another skirt, this one's staying on. I guess we can swap out hats at least. I don't know, Fat Mullins sounds funny. And we'll go with aviator glasses. Since we're not really doing like the maximum tacky bit anymore. You could relive Outrun with that convertible. We could. Okay. So, where is it that you, change your title? Is it in this menu or is it, like, elsewhere? Probably in here, right? Oh, character edit? Oh, okay, that means I probably need to get back into the house. No, I don't want to go into Forzathon Live. Stop displaying that countdown, I don't care. Alright. So, is it here? Ops, jackets, legs, feet, hats, I used to say. It's emotes at the end. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this would have been this spot for it, right? You are customizing your character, even if it isn't like the visual component of your character. You are customizing some aspect of them. It would logically follow that you would find it there, but you know, I see. Or is it my Forzathon? Maybe it's Horizon Life? No, this is just the challenges and stuff. How about Star Card? No, it's not that. Yeah, it's not here in that. I imagine it's probably like in the same place where you would change your car horn, right? We could go here. Pause menu, settings, name select when in free roam. Oh, yeah, there it is. Hey, okay. Let's see. I guess we could just like keep the moniker I had from 5, right? We'll pick Goose. Sure you want to change this name? You can change it again. Don't worry about it. It's not gonna stick. All right. Cool. Thanks for pointing that out. Oh, weird name. Weird place to put it though. I'll say that much. Alright. Well, in that case, let's go back inside the house here. Because, yeah, I think that has been a fulfilling night, don't you think? We got to check out a bunch of cars from the UK and see their history. And then we went on a few races, and we even became championship of the off-road divisions, right? We're now dirt race champions and cross-country champions, so things are coming to a head here. And who knows, maybe next week we'll be street race and road race champions. Wouldn't that be cool? And we'll get to see another story, right? Yeah, I think we'll probably do the one skill chain challenge story, right? That'll probably be one to do, although might be a bit tougher one, but hey, why not? The weeks are going by, things ought to ramp up, right? But I think for now, I will go ahead and call it here. Yeah, thanks to everyone who came by and hung around and chatted, and even if you just lurked, I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a good night. Yeah, you have a good night too, Molecular Shadowfox. Or actually, it'll be a good morning for you, won't it? Well, I hope your day goes well, right? Hopefully, you'll have yourself a nice, easygoing day, and stay warm and cozy when you can. But yeah, I'll be back on Friday, where we'll have a go at Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. You might be wondering, why am I playing that? It's because it's leaving the Xbox Game Pass at like the end of the month. And I looked at the playtime, and it looks like I can get that done in 2. I think I can get that done in 2. Depending on how it goes, it might be 3. At most, it'll be 3. We can see how that goes, right? We'll see how that goes on Friday. Look forward to that. But for now, let's look for someone to raid, shall we? I should probably throw up some music here. It'll probably be the usual stuff, right? The sunrise. Good old sunrise. You know what the sad part is? This is like an original song. And it's not like anywhere in official channels. Bit of a bummer, because like all the Forza Horizon 5 original songs are on the Forza channel, right? You can just go and listen to them, but there's got to be like some sort of licensing issue related to this, right? This is why they just haven't put it out on YouTube. It's like the same thing with the Castlevania and the Contra music and the Vampire Survivors DLC. They're like, yeah, you can listen to it on YouTube, and we know you want to listen to it elsewhere, and you know, we're talking with people, and you know how things can be with the big companies, right? They might have a lot of hoops to jump through, a lot of paperwork to go through, a lot of tape that you need to cross, a lot of T's to cross, I's to dot. Bureaucracy, am I right? It can be fine sometimes, and then other times it's just like, ugh. Like, you can understand why it's in place, but sometimes you just wish it. Sometimes you wish it wasn't so convoluted. person I really wanted to raid into, but I felt like we've raided them recently. Oh, wait a second. You know what? Or what? I might have found someone. Let's see if they have raids open. Ah, cool, they do. Alright, alright. In that case, our raid message is going to be... There. Raid message is going to be Horizon UK raid, and our raid E is Bapo Creates, because they're also playing Forza Horizon 4. So, hey, why not? We're already here, we might as well keep on it, right? You might as well keep it going and give them our support. So if you're joining in on the raid, give them a Horizon UK raid, and if not, have a good rest of your week. And I'll see you on Friday for the start of Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. Take care. Ooh, okay, that ending was a bit hitchy. What happened there? Also, I need to look into, like, what's going on with, the whole controller thing, because I kept the controller connected this time, although I did disconnect it a bit. Okay, is it just frozen like this? Well, alright. It's fine. It's the end of the stream anyway, so I'm gonna flush out the memory or something. Alright, see ya.